Here we go. What's up, guys? Cool, guys. So if you're watching the
Here we go.
stream,
What's up, guys?
cool, guys. So if you're watching the
Here we go.
stream,
What's up, guys?
guys are fucked. That was Discord. Okay. Crazy fucking shitty echo. Glad that's gone. Welcome back, guys. If you guys have checked out the other like fucking 15 hours of material, holy shit, we've kind of only just begun. So throw your questions and shit in the comments or whatever. Anything you guys want to ask or know about or whatever. Oh, I'm realizing what's going on here. I'm talking through this mic and I need to be talking through the computer because I got to plug in this little guy over here. Can you still hear me? Yo, every time I think like this is going to go smooth. All right, here we go. Can you guys like hear it? I'll do it. Cool. So, guys, here we go. Make sure everyone can hear me. Cool. It looks like you can. Sick. Let's do it. We're going to just jump right in and watch something together here. Oh, yeah. First, I wanted to show you guys. So first off, thank you guys so much for like supporting because like it's sick how people reach out to me and just were like, yo, this like keep like putting this shit out. Like, thank you. Like a lot of people also like asked me for advice and I gave you guys, like I just coached like in my DMs or whatever, like voice note, a couple video chats maybe, but mostly just over voice note or whatever. And yeah, I mean, like it's awesome that just like random motherfuckers out there can like, because I prefer to like create a relationship first, but it's awesome to just be able to boom, hit somebody up and then get such positive feedback. So like take me up on the advice I gave and actually like follow through and I'll keep up with you guys over the next couple weeks and we'll see where you're at. So yeah, check out my Instagram if you want to hit me up or whatever. It's the real Coach Ryan, whatever. So I'm going to share my screen here. I want to show you guys. We're going to go back to Social Blade for a second. In the last stream, or maybe the stream before that, I'd shown John's Social Blade, and it's like I was at 171K for the entirety of the stream. So I'm going to show the Social Blade now, and then we'll just like stream and see. Because I mean, like if it's at like 171K, it should go up like a little bit by bit. Like one guy there, one other guy there. Especially if he's like last video, he was actually streaming while this was happening, so it should have been going up, right? Anyway, it stayed at 171 the entire time. And then I suggested, hey guys, it looks like it's going to go up to 173, I would imagine, probably on Wednesday, because he was purchasing 2K subscribers every fucking week. So guess what? Lo and behold, I checked last night. It was 173. What an idiot. He's so stupid. I don't know why people fall for this shit. Yeah, Mr. Craft, Dwayne, what's up, fellas? How are you guys doing? Let's get over here. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me fucking do this. I still like didn't set up my other monitor. I have to like get a little device to plug in. It's like on my queue in Amazon. I'm thinking about just going over to the Apple Store to get it, but I haven't really gotten that crazy here. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys some fake sub stuff. That way we can just get an idea. It's like, okay, cool. This is where the number's at the start of the stream. And then what we'll do is we'll go and we'll look at some footage of me that was with John, kind of just like, I want to show you guys. A lot of people have been asking for it. He released it a long time ago. And yeah. And then what we're going to do is there's a couple other things I'd like to get done, but I don't really have all day to do this. So let's just see how we do it. And it'll probably be like 2 hours or so. So let's kind of take our time, but let's get through this shit. If you want to help, the best thing you can do to help other motherfuckers out there who are like being afflicted by this guy is to clip materials and then like just post them wherever. This isn't like somebody was like, dude, that's what Andrew Tate does. It's like, dude, no, don't clip me, motherfuckers. Like clip the shit that I'm exposing and then put it everywhere. Because like that's what this is about. So let's just keep going. Um, Gotta share the screen and click all these buttons again. And here we go. So John Anthony's lifestyles at his real-time subscriber count. It's every second updated. It is at 173. It's been here for a week, unsurprisingly, because if you check here, his subscribers, I guess detailed statistics, I'm imagining is where it's gonna be. See, look, every week or so, he buys 2K. So like you'll see on Wednesday, I just streamed before this on Monday, I believe. It might have been on Tuesday, I can't remember. But I streamed last week on one of these days, and then boom, 2K more, and it hasn't budged. Now, I'm not sure if like there's got to be like, some, I don't know, what are there like no one's subscribing or unsubscribing at all. Like it has to be like accounted for maybe like in such small number that it doesn't get put up here. But I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't really know much about this. I've been paying attention to Social Blade over the last like few years, maybe the last like 6 or 7 years actually, as he's had a couple different, I think he's had two different channels um, under this, well, two different names. I believe it's the same channel. Anyway, yeah. So that's this 173, and we're just gonna keep going. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff, and yeah. So that's that. We'll come back to that in a second, and then just looking at these comments real quick. Yeah, but dude, he's not saying stuttering, bro. He's saying slurring. Dwayne, he's saying slurring, like from being drunk. But yeah. So good shit. I love reading these comments. It's funny what you guys say. Like it's so obvious that he's fraud. Yeah. I guess you guys have your convo and we'll just like fucking get back to it when I come back. I'm gonna show you guys this shit. No, it's cool, Dwayne. It's easy to misread shit. But I'm glad I saw that because like, dudes, I stutter like on purpose sometimes in pickup because I think it's funny, but I like can stutter sometimes too. And it just whatever. Who gives a shit about that? But when you're slurring your words, I mean, like it's pretty telltale sign. Um, I've been going through I wanna show you guys this too. I've been going through just some insane like, I have hundreds of texts between us, him and Liz fights. That's something else I'm organizing right now, all the texts between John and I, so I can show the him and Liz texts that are, what they are, because that's just pathetic, and, she's a business partner, so fuck them, and yeah, I mean, there's, like, pictures of her throughout her whole, like, procedures and whatnot. His, like, whole reason he literally says to me, he's like, "This is gonna be so good for the business. Just wait until she gets her tits." Like, that's literally what he said, and, like, it's crazy, dude. Anyway, I have the text, I was reading them last night, so I'm organizing that into one folder, and, I also have, like, just a collection of videos with John in them and also a bunch of photos of John with, like, trannies and things. So yeah, I'm gonna put all that shit out there. Are we enough minutes in that I should be talking about this yet? I'm not sure. Oh well, who cares? Save this shit, guys, because fuck, it's gonna be going. I'm afraid. I'm starting to get afraid. Cool. So I'm just gonna open up this here when I find it. USA tour footage, and cool. And I'm gonna share screen. Oh, I'm writing it in the fucking comments. All right, cool. MSV, thank you, dude, for saving that shit. That's sick. The best thing I think we can do, aside from just like, because like my thing is I saved all this shit and it was just like saved for like way too long, just like here, why did I do that? I should have been posting it, because I've shown this already. I have like hundreds of gigabytes. Like I have like a couple terabytes of footage, actually. It's disturbing. So, and it just keeps coming. Like it's gonna come. So yeah, I mean, better than just simply saving it. I think it'd be, and that's great because I'm gonna want it back at one point if things get taken down. But even better would be just fucking post it up somewhere. Just fucking get it up there. But I'd rather it be clipped and make it a little more accessible to people. And that's what my process is going to be. I'm going to post all these streams, posterity purposes, yada, yada, yada. And then and this is just reacting. I'm just reacting. These are just my opinions. These are my opinions, of course. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clip it. I'm going to clip it, and then I'm going to make like succinct videos that'll like have a much better reach, you know. And then I'll be titling things, thumbnails. Yeah, I'm not dumb. So cool. So we're sharing the screen, and we're going to look at, I think it might be in pre-brief, but cool. That's good. Yeah, it's in pre-brief. Oh no, this is night game shit. And we'll definitely go over that too. Cool. So let me organize this by the order, and then we'll just kind of go in order here. So look at what we have in store for us today. You know what I mean, guys? This was April 1st, 2019. And this conversation was not something that I expected to to be recorded or to be released. What you're about to see, you're viewing at your own risk. Now, it's valid for me to include this chick right here, Rebecca. She's a friend of mine. I've known her mostly my whole life. We met in Philadelphia years before her and John ever met. She then met John. He pulled her on seeking arrangements while we were in LA. He woke me up. He said, "You got to see this." I said, "No, get the fuck out of here. I'm sleeping," because I wake up early. And then no, he said, "Wake up." And he pulled me outside, and there she was in all her glory, twerking on the table, and with like food and accoutrements like all over her, and the camera guy and shit. And I was like, "All right, peace." And I went back to bed. I didn't know who it was at the time. It took us a few days to recognize each other, as she was like wearing different color hair every day. And she was with John doing all sorts of, you know, as you can tell, like just drinking tons. And she's got a story to tell too. I wish she would come on and tell it. Maybe she will. But there's some text messages between us that I'll share where she basically just details. And this girl here was like the Liz before Liz, but only because John kept replaying images and things. I want to show you guys too, like there's going to be a whole separate Rebecca area, but in the Rebecca conversation, I'm going to show you guys how John actually utilized the fact that she wore so many multicolored wigs when like he covers the face, making it look like it was actually like 3 different women. He has them actually in one slide. And yeah, and I actually found that from the MLD video, which was, this clip was sent to me and somebody said, "Are these trannies?" And no, dude, that's Rebecca. Those 3 girls are Rebecca. So, but that's what fake tits does. It makes you look like a fucking tranny. So I love you, Rebecca. You're beautiful, but shit's about to hit the fan. So here we go. I gave her a time constraint of my own. Like I'm like, hey, like I used to say like, "Hey, like, I'm not gonna bother." Oh yeah, guys. I didn't know that this was going to be recorded, really. I mean, the guy was filming, but like, I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't give a shit about that at all. Like, that wasn't even a concern of mine. And I just as soon as this conversation ended, spoke with the videographer and said, "Dude, do not let that be put anywhere." It was then posted on John's YouTube channel, which it was later taken down over some dispute between them. And then it was actually posted on, I believe it was allegedly posted on John's program and his digital course, which this serves as both a reference to the fact that I was working closely with John, that he would, tell me and allow me to be coaching in front of him, which is absurd. And he doesn't really let people talk about game in front of him. If you've watched his streams and shit, he'll talk over everybody and tell them they're wrong. And, basically you'll see too, my game is so different from his. There's just no way that I could have learned anything from him. It's pretty clear, but check it out. "I just want to talk to you for a quick minute and then I'll let you go on your way." But that's super weak. And then a girl's just like, "This guy doesn't have any value to give me." So instead I'm like, "Hey, listen, I gotta do the thing real quick. But anyway, what are you up to then?" And then we're just talking about, I'm basically getting the logistics. After I do the whole thing, like, so if you're walking along. All right, cool. She's got her earbuds in too. Yeah. We're walking and I'll be like, "Hey. What? Hey, I gotta go to the thing real quick, but I just want to meet you. My name's Ryan. What's your name?" "Oh, Rebecca." "Cool." And then I'll say, "Who are you here with?" Which is like a game.
Even on the street?
I'll say, "Who are you here with?" And most of the time what the girl will say is where she's going. I'll be like, "Who are you here with?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just going to the thing." Or, "I'm just going to the mall." It doesn't register to her, like, who am I here with? She's like, "Oh, he means where are you going?" but I don't want to ask, where are you going? Because it's creepy. Because then you're gonna be like, no, I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, where do you live? Like,
where are you going? Yeah, for sure.
You don't want someone to ask, where are you going? Or what are you doing even? Because you don't want him to invite himself. So if I say, what are you doing? You'll be like, oh, I gotta go meet my friend, or I have to go do something. So I never put it in a position of like asking her what she's doing so she can make an excuse to not be with me. So instead I'll say to her, false time machine, I gotta go to the thing real quick. Anyway, who are you here with? Oh, I'm just doing this. Okay, cool, yeah, me too. I have like a minute or so. Like, then I can gauge the whole thing. Oh, like I'm just out here shopping by myself. All right, cool, me too. I gotta get some shorts. Like, come with me.
Yeah,
so grab her hand and we'll go get shorts.
So the two biggest things in the day game is stopping the girl. That's the biggest number one. Like they're all gonna be moving. Like in a club, everyone's standing around. On the street, people are moving. So you gotta get her to stop, and then you want to find out what she's up to right away. Find out her logistical situation.
And like my thing is like, who are you here with? But it varies.
How do you deal with the sidestep? Because like they usually a lot of times they do the sidestep.
Like just walk around.
Like comes like say they go to stop you.
Two things happen.
Say he goes to stop you and like you're just like rushing.
If you just want to get around,
walk to the side, yeah.
Well, basically, like I don't give her enough space to do that. Like a lot. The reason why the sidestep fails so often with guys, like in this much space, is because by now, if I'm like, hey, you're already passed. Like, fuck. So like, so what we'll do though is we'll like you want to like kind of you don't want to like jump in front of her.
Yeah.
You want to kind of like take like an indirect path, like as if you're still walking forward towards her.
Yeah,
so this is why you want to say it from further away. Because like if she's over there and I'm over here, then I can be like, I can just be like, yo, what's up? And I'm gonna meet her here. I'm not gonna go scare the fucking shit out of her or like create like.
Would you like a side step? Like when I first stop you, I'm like, hey, can I talk to you real quick? You just basically take like a step to the side. So like you want to block them, but not in like a very like weird way. So it's like, hey, can I meet you real fast? I just want to talk to you real quick. And like you want to, so I always advocate going like straight on from the front. Like you never want to do, like if you're walking and you never want to be like walk. You never want to be like, hey, can I talk to you? And do like the walk along for blocks. Like you see that shit.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it real quick because it's really interesting that he says that that's not what you should do because that's all you see him doing in all of his game. Like in every infield he has, that's day game, aside from ones where the girl's not moving at all, she's just standing still, which is very rare. He's following her from the side or just walking along the road with her. You know, even on his channel, like I showed you guys on his Instagram, where he says like check like day game success or like cold approach success, and it's like, dude, you're like walking. It's just so awkward, dude. Like no. And yeah, like just like I said, like he just tries to talk over me. His explanations aren't novel. Like they're kind of common sense. Like he's not really adding anything to it. He's really only, I think, detracting from where I was taking this whole thing. But anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Also, I think if you go back, you'll notice like at the start how awkward Rebecca feels. And then like I get her, like it clicks in for her like very quickly when we start to speak. This is like maybe our second day together. And I actually wasn't really aware of who she was to me until later in this evening when she sobered up a bit.
The guys will like try to open from the side or from behind. Like imagine like you're walking if a dude's going like this.
I'd be like, go away.
Yeah. and then the dude will like keep trying for like 3 blocks. Yeah. You've probably seen that after picking this.
Yo, like he just like shames people like for what he sees them do, which oftentimes is not only is it what he does, but it's what the students have been doing, trying to learn. I mean, it's like, guys, like there's no shame in like running down. Listen, like I've run down beautiful girls and been like, hey, listen, like I just wanted to like tell you you're fucking gorgeous. And it's like, it's embarrassing. You shouldn't really do it. Like, but there's no shame in like having that sort of like practice, you know? And now be careful. It's not what I would do, but have I done it? I mean, yeah. So there's no shame in that. Like, so one thing that you just did, but that I would change, that I changed a little bit, I learned this at the club actually, is like girls don't give a shit if you shake with like your left or your right hand. Like it's this is like evidence of my experience and like awareness in game. Like these are things that people are just not discussing, and it's just when you discuss it with a girl. And I think I can't recall, but I haven't seen this since I never saw this. I never actually watched this video. It just was put out about me or whatever, and then it was taken down. And I was there speaking. So, but when you put they don't care which hand you shake with, and I'm pretty sure Rebecca like will whenever you bring this up with a girl, which I do often, they always say like, you're absolutely right. And that's a genius fucking trick. So check this out.
Effect. Girls don't, like, we shake hands all the time. Girls like don't really do that as a thing. So like, for example, like if she's walking this way, what John just did was like, he's like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. Cause he knew he was like a step and a half away from being centered to her. But if she's like over there and I'm over here, I'll approach with the outside hand. So I'll be like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. Because it's passive.
I never really considered that.
Dude, I do this in the club. I do this in the club. Like she's over there and she's already passed me. Like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. And now give me a reason. She just fucking give me her left hand, dude. Like girls are fucking not into shaking hands. Like they don't know what they're doing. So she'll just give me a limp hand. She'll just give me whatever hand's available. And like at the club, you'll see this all the time. Like, wait, Rebecca, walk past real quick. At the club, like you'll see guys like chilling or looking around, and all of a sudden like he'll be like, oh shit, and he'll grab her fucking wrist, right? Exactly. If she's like, you see the worst face that a girl's ever made. It's like she's gonna fucking kill you. Well, like instead, if you're walking past, and like say I even see her walking past, instead of reaching with the outside hand to connect with her, I should always reach with the inside hand because it sets my body language. Now John doesn't have to do that because he knows how to set his body language every time. It's like instilled in him. And
yeah, there's like a certain aspect of being professional when you're like working with somebody who you like, are in close contact with, like living with at the time in this case, that I definitely, spoke out the side of my neck sometimes about John. And what am I going to do? Like say like, yeah, John goes to the club completely drunk and his body language hardly matters. He's 6'4" and just like looks down at people. No, like, so yeah, I mean, now look at me. Like I look like shit here. Like this is so embarrassing for me. Like I think I look like this is like 145 pounds. Like it looks like 190 pounds. Like it's disgusting. And I'm weak and I'm just eating Chipotle and pizza and bagels with cream cheese and just, I mean, I was eating healthy too, but just no, man, like holy shit. And yeah, just like didn't give a shit about my hair, facial hair, or any of that shit. And like, just I honestly like was crushing it like this. And that's like one of the things like I tell guys, a lot of guys are like, oh, well, you do the whole gym thing, or like you're into the, yeah, dude, like the reality is like I came from this other space and then I chased the pleasure and succeeded in that with women. And then I realized, then I had all these demons and now I'm slaying the fucking demons. And that's what this shit is. So I'm a lucky kid and my demons, I created myself, they weren't like forced upon me. So I'm also lucky that I never really hurt anybody in any real way. So, that's what this represents in my life, I guess. Here we go.
I don't really need to do that, but it helps me to like set my body language up in a very casual way.
All right, so let's take a run through. So like, come in like with headphones, and then like do how you run almost.
Okay, so I'm like, hey, take your brother out. She's like already ready.
Well, yeah.
And I was like, hey, I gotta go to the thing real quick. But you're sexy as fuck. I want to meet you real quick.
Oh, cool, Rebecca.
Would you say that? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. And then like immediately I'm sexualizing. So say we held hands. Say like we shook hands. Like I'm not gonna like shake her hand.
Yeah.
Good to meet you. Like no, like I'm gonna like take her hand and hold it. Like if she puts her hand up like this, like I might even like do some corny shit. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I might like even kiss her hand or be like, damn girl. Like I'm not gonna spin her and do some RST bullshit, but I'll be like, damn girl, like look at that ass. Now like
it totally depends on the culture. So like in Asia and things, like you can totally just like kiss the hand. If you lift the hand above, like they're not going to know. The girl's very unlikely to do anything at all. She's going to just be like, what the fuck? In Latin America, like if you lift her hand up, she's probably going to like she's going to twirl, So there, and like same with the kissing thing is like a little bit easier to do that with like someone who's like a little, maybe it depends. It totally depends on the vibe. I wouldn't do that now. Now though, what I would do is I'd hold her hand and I'd actually bring it in close. I don't know if I'm going to mention this, but that's what I would do. Whenever you get a girl's hand, especially if it's actually in any case, if you ever get the girl's hand, you don't want to shake it. You want to hold it. And then when you feel you've been holding it for like a significant amount of time, you actually want to bring it in and just hold it in like this. And then she'll realize it. She'll be holding her hand like up in towards your chest. And then she'll like be like, okay. And then you'll actually bring it down and then release it. Sounds like maybe I'm overcomplicating it, but if you were breaking it down as often as I am and like seeing it as much as I have, then trust me, you'll see it. You'll notice it.
wouldn't, she knows me, so she's comfortable like putting her hand in my hand like this. If I were actually in public with her, she'd shake my hand more like
quicker.
yeah, like,
Yeah,
like let go, you know? In which case, like, you do that, and then, like, John does this all the time, too. You take a step back, and you sort of, like, it's just like chess. Like, if I make a step forward and she runs away, it's over. So instead, I expect that she's going to take a step back. So I take a little micro step back, and I'm just like, damn, girl, you're pretty fucking fun. Anyway, what are you up to then? Or like, damn, girl, you're pretty fucking fun. Who are you here with? And she's like, oh.
All right, guys. So let's go into another one. We're just going to keep going with this combo. Oh, shit. All right, well, now I have to fucking find this shit again. She's better looking than Liz. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah. I appreciate some of these comments. I'm not going to really go through too much. But yeah, it's pretty funny how like in this rewatching this, how yeah, I mean, well, you'll see when I eventually show some like comments or whatever, some of the text between us. Yeah, so we're just gonna pick it back up. I guess we'll just summarize really quickly. So yeah, one thing when I approach a girl, what I'll typically say is I'll say, "Hey, I got to get going to the thing real quick." And I used to wear a watch a lot, but I don't wear one anymore really very much. But whether I'm wearing a watch or not, I do this. It's just like it's like literally like it's like human nature or some shit at this point. I mean, it's not because it's time and we created that after fucking nature or whatever. But like whatever. So I'd be like, hey, listen, I got to get going to the thing real quick. And I always kind of do this big, like, hey, listen, I got to get going to the thing real quick, but I just wanted to meet you to show, like, hey, listen, I got to go over here. Because, you know, a lot of times a girl, what she'll do is when you approach her, she'll like look over your shoulder. So just like kind of glance over your shoulder, like glance in the direction she wanted to go. So to like preempt that or give her the space to look ahead and have that on her own without letting me view it, I'll say, hey, listen, I got to get going to the thing real quick, but I wanted to get your name. My name is Ryan. I might still say like, so who you here with? And she's like, here with, like, I'm just walking by myself, or like, oh, I'm here with my friend. Or I might say, you know, and again, I say the vagaries, right? It's better to be ambiguous and say, I'm just going to the thing real quick. Because like, if for instance, like the thing that you're going to is say the gym, then like she's going to be you're devaluing your time there. Or if like, you know, you're going to meet a friend, for instance, and you say that, then she's like, oh, so like either he carved time out to like go hit on girls on his way to meeting his friend, or he's now encroaching on the time that he made for his friend just to speak to a stranger. So you want to be vague and say, hey, listen, I'm going to the thing real quick, but I just want to meet you. What's your name? The other thing that I mentioned that's really very pointed and worthwhile is with your hands. Girls don't care which hand you shake with, so you don't have to shake with your right hand. If I were you guys, I would start to lead with your left hand because it's going to actually create a sense of vulnerability about your body language, a softness to the grip and all these things. That's going to create, I don't know, I think it'll be a little more disarming, right? So now in my case, I'm doing it. I think it's disarming, but I'm doing it simply. I learned it from the club. If you're reaching out like this, she's going to swat your hand away. If you're reaching out like this, she's much more likely to turn in towards you. So that's a really important one. Note that John doesn't know any of this shit, has never experienced any of this shit, and just as he continues to try and talk over me, really just makes a mockery of the whole fucking thing that would be, I mean, as if I haven't already by not having a tarp on and like being a fucking fatso without like, you know, giving two shits about how I look. But granted, like the fucking lessons are there. So real quick, Skid mentioned 21 Studios. Bros, I don't know these fucking guys. I don't know who any of these guys are. I would suggest that if your name is 21 Studios, you're a scumbag. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't use your real name, at least to some effect, like maybe he is 21 Studios and is as a name or whatever, but like, or maybe it's a group of guys, maybe, I guess. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if you go by like some fake name, then like you're a fucking pussy and like you don't really do this for real. Like, how can anyone trust you? But so let's just go into this shit. Cool. So we're just gonna keep watching these and we'll see how we do. Just had to double check there. Picking right up from where we were.
Shopping. And then it's like, all right, cool. So, and then once you get to who are you here with logistic, now you know where to go with your sex. So like in most cases like this, where I meet a girl, she's busy. She has to go. And I'm like, okay, I just gave you the false time constraint. So now you relaxed, but that means I need to be true to that. I need to get you on your way. Yeah. So now like if she's doing something I can take part in, I won't just be like, let me come along. I'll turn it into something I'm doing that she can take part in. So if she's like, oh yeah, I'm shopping for my friends, I'll be like, yeah, I gotta shop for my mom, let's go. And like go into like the first fucking store that seems like a store she liked. Or I'll be like, yeah, I'm shopping for myself, like I need help with this shirt, come here. And just take her. And she's gonna be actually like, you can be honest, but I imagine every girl I've ever done this with is really happy. Like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
The guy asked me to go shopping. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this is how I fuck girls in like changing rooms. You know what I mean? Cause you know what I'm saying? Because like you pull the girl and you're building very quickly, like sort of like sexual rapport.
Wait, so you okay?
So real quick. So say for example, like I get her logistics and she's like busy or she's meeting her mom.
You're asking logistics right away, right?
Yep. It's the first thing I do. First thing I do is say.
What do I always do? What are you here right now?
Yep. What if it's right now or who you're here with, depending on just however it comes. It's just however it comes out.
If they're by themselves, I never ask that.
Well, I think it works better when they're by themselves because they never respond.
Yo, like it's almost like John forgot that we just talked about this. You know what I mean? This is John's being paid for this right here. Like there's people in the room, you know. John, this is a boot camp that John set up. I'm just there, unpaid, fucking trying to enjoy myself, I guess. That's what I thought I'd be doing was enjoying myself, but no. I mean, this was fun. The guys are great. The girls are great. But being around this guy, John, is just like, it's a terror.
My hero. Like, girls
how
never.
Does that register to you? Like, does that seem weird to you?
What? If he says,
if you're by yourself and he says, "Who are you here with?"
Dude, I'm telling you, a girl's never heard it. A girl's.
People don't even notice it.
Never in my life has a girl ever said that. Ever. Never in my life has a girl.
I don't know. I'd like to think that I would notice, and I'd be like, "What do you mean?"
Well, like I've had a girl be like, "Who am I here with? What do you mean?"
Yeah,
I'm just doing this, but it's like, it's just then we're moving forward. Like.
Yeah, but then they're like, "Anyway, this is what I'm doing."
All right, so open, get her to stop. What are you up to right now?
And
then what?
Yo, like it's hilarious how Rebecca, you can just like see that like we're on the same page because she's like, she's disagreeing, but then she's like, no, in reality, I would help it along. And that's something else that you guys don't understand. Like women will receive you so well. Like if you go up to a girl, just straight up statement of empathy, like, hey, I'm really anxious trying to talk to you, but my name's Ryan. What's your name? The first thing likely out of her mouth is going to be, oh no, don't be anxious. Don't worry. Like I don't bite. You know, and she might say like, oh, that's so cute. I have a boyfriend, but it's going to be that like, oh, come here. Girls receive you guys so well. It's actually problematic that they do because then you get caught in that comfort zone of approaching with like the, hey, do you know like what's your favorite fruit in the fruit aisle? Or like, where's the nearest Starbucks? You know what I mean? Like, or do you have the time? It's like, dude, you guys like, come on. So don't get caught up in indirect approaches. It's got to be direct. Realize too that like when I say like, hey, I got to get going to the thing real quick. What's your name? My name's Ryan. That the approach is still going to be very direct. The next phrases I'm going to say, cool. So who are you here with? Awesome. Yeah. You're just shopping for a shirt. Me too. Anyway, are you single? I'd like to get your number. That's the way that I work. And now like I'm discussing here in more of an instant date scenario where she's like, oh yeah, I'm just shopping for a friend. Oh, cool. Me too. And that's really the thing that I was doing. Then it's like, come here, like, let's go, like help me pick out a shirt real quick. And then you can be on your way. And I'll say it just like that. And that might turn into an afternoon. It might turn into just like a moment, but that's much more memorable. As she said, like, I would be excited for that is what she's saying, because it's a memorable moment that you're creating. Like, you know, you want to like sweep the girl off her feet essentially. And if you can, you know, replicate that, then, you know, and then you'll realize it's coming from like a very simple place. It's not coming from like a Prince Charming type situation. It's not like some crazy suave verbals. It's just, hey, what are you up to? Come over here. Let's do this.
Does nothing.
Then I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll reiterate the time constraint. I'll be like, all right, cool. I got like 2 minutes real quick, so let's come over here. Or like, okay, cool. Like, come walk with me for a second. I'm always like trying to, like Tony Robbins says this, like motion makes emotion. So like I'm always trying to move, like especially in the daytime, because like it's awkward when you're just sitting there across from the person in the daytime because like they were moving and now there's people around you. No one's looking, no one gives a shit, but you feel like they are. So it's much healthier for her if you're just like, okay, cool. Like you don't want to ask, can I walk with you? Like a lot of times we do that. We both do that sometimes.
Yeah, we'll never give like
yes or no.
In all game, never give a yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, do you want to come back with us?
Yeah, it's like let's go back.
Let's go back. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, like this is something that like, you know, I'll never disagree with in terms of like I don't like to use like a dogmatic approach and say like never, but like you have to just get it into your verbal like, you know, acuity or something to say let's blah blah blah. Let's go and do this. Another one is come here. Come over here. Come on. Let's go over there. You know, let's go. And by go over there, I typically mean like, oh shit. And that's another one. Oh shit, let's go over there. You know, it depends on the vibe, but and where you're at, but always let's. Never like, do you want to go shopping with me? Putting it on the pedestal of like putting on like a more high pressure situation. More like, hey, let's just do our shopping together.
Let's go, or we could.
Yeah.
We can all go hang out. Let's go hang out.
Yeah, so like if I'm meeting her and she's giving me if she's like, yeah, I have to go in like 2 minutes.
I'm gonna be Royce.
If she's like, I have to go in like 2 minutes, then my mindset is I have to go in 1 minute and 45 seconds. You know what I mean? Like if she's like, I have to go, I have like 2 minutes, then my mindset is like, I have less than that.
Yo, listen to the girl. Listen to what she's saying to you. When she says, oh no, I have to go in 2 minutes, then okay, I have 15 fucking seconds to say, hey, are you single? Because I want to get your number and that way we can reconnect. Like, you know, I think you guys are thinking too much like, oh shit, I got to bridge this gap. Like she'll tell you how she wants to be pulled. If she sits back on her back foot and she's just happy to stand there and looks like she's like willing to engage, then yeah, then you're looking at more of like a 2 or 3 minute conversation.
Now, like, let's get it together. So if she's like, I have like 1 minute to talk, I gotta go, or she's like looking over my shoulder, I'll be like, hey, like, what do you, then I'll see the date right away.
You know, we can blur him. Do you want to give the story?
Let me like fucking like wash my face and shit, bro.
You want a shirt or something?
I need a shower, dude.
No, but he's got the camera out right now. Just give like a really quick summary of how you guys both. How we both finger the girl.
Yo, how we both finger the girl. All right, Royce has entered the scene. Royce, what's up, brother? Yeah, dude, me and Royce had a crazy night the night before, so it was pretty epic, actually. I guess we'll talk about it.
Blur it out, bro.
Yeah, we'll blur it out.
I mean, like, remind me, I was drunk as shit, bro.
Bro, you fell asleep right there on the. Wait, dude, what happened in the club? Like, remember when I opened the set and I told that girl to go home? Do you remember that girl in the white? Remember it was a preset, that girl in the white?
I remember the girl in the white, and I remember coming back. Well, I remember actually walking up to her, and she was like, she was on her way home. She was like being a fucking prude. And I remember her saying she's going home, and like I came back to the group, and y'all was like, yeah, she had to go. Like, she was not it.
Dude, like, you were next to me, but we didn't open them, and I came over, and I was like, your friend has to go. I was like, you have to go. She has to go. And she was like, what? Why would you speak to her like that? And I was like, she said she was gonna punch me in the face. Like, I'm the nicest guy in here. And then I was like, she's like, what? Where are you from? I was like, New York. Where are you from? She's like, New York. And I'm like, I bet you're from Long Island. Then the girl like was like, fuck you. And I was like, fuck you. My mom's from Long. She's like, I'm not from Long Island. That's for fucking losers.
Right?
Yeah. She's like, that's for fucking losers. And I'm like, fuck you. Like yelling.
Yo, like this is literally how I picked up the girl at the club. Like from this, like, so Royce went in and was talking to them and like shit was not going to work. And like, basically like there was like the mom of the group or whatever, who was like the hottest one, was just like, fuck you guys. And then I was like, fuck you, like from across the bar. Yeah.
Like, fuck you. And like, everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, you were like, get me out of here.
Yeah. It's like, what is this dude talking about?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But I was like, fuck you. Like, my mom's from fucking Long Island. And she was like, oh, never mind. You're cool. Like, my mom's from Long Island too. Like, what the fuck? You know? But you can go on. I told him the whole story too about like how like you were, how like then like I gave you the chick who's down and like you took her away and started to finger fuck her while I like maintained the other friend. And then like when we went outside, like you were finger fucking her and I was like choking her, telling her like me and Royce are gonna fuck the shit out of you.
Like we're looking at each other.
I'm not even looking at her.
Over the part, like how did it switch? Like,
Yo, like some of the things that happen on boot camps though are like so ridiculous. Like literally, we were in the parking lot, like in like the fucking well lit parking lot. Like her friends are all there, like watching, and like Royce and I are both like, I'm like holding her neck, like crazy shit, dude. This channel's not gonna stay. Like, there's no way this channel's gonna stick around. Like, please, guys, like clip this shit and save it because this shit's not gonna stick around.
your mistake was getting in the front seat.
I had no choice.
It was they chose, right? Like the girls were like
no, like so they went in the car and then you hopped in first. I was like, fuck, I got.
Dude, I think you went in. No, dude. He went in the front seat before I got in the car. But I think the reason was because they were like, dude, I feel like they just like trusted me. Like they were like,
keep doing it close.
because like they don't trust, because they know the reality. Like, they know I'm a fucking
like rules
killer.
for the cab. Like,
All right, let's keep going.
and pulling, like never let the fucking. I never let them sit next to each other. I always sit.
Well, like the best thing that could have happened is like me and Roy sat in the back with that girl.
No,
Like she wanted a threesome.
But like,
But they didn't.
I always
They didn't
tell guys like don't let them sit next to each other because they're gonna whisper and blow it out.
Yeah.
So
Nah, I had to get in the
I
front.
always put one of them in front and then I get in the middle of the back.
Yeah, it was like so. It was like a 4-seater, and someone had to be in the front.
Yeah.
You know.
Put one of them
Yeah.
next time. Put one of them in the front.
Well, like other problem too, like they called the Uber, like they had it all set up. No, I'm just saying, like they had it all set up. They got in the car, and we were still like fumbling, like should we do this? Because it wasn't like a clear pull. It was like a threesome pull. So it was like, should we?
What was the other girl doing? Like, why didn't you pair up?
We did for like cock blocking sake, but like
The other one was hot too.
yeah, but we did for that. But like they all were contending that they have boyfriends, so they don't want to do anything. Except this one girl was okay to do whatever she felt like. So like, and in the end, they were all okay with it. But at that specific time, like they were trying to like uphold this like higher fucking standard
Yeah.
because we were like in public. And then once we got an Uber, it was like okay, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And they're all.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you just basically because he was in the front, like the chick was just horny in the back, so you just.
Yeah, basically, like I did everything I could to not hook up with this chick. Like we would look at each other, and she'd just be like, with her like tongue on my shoulder, and I'd just be like looking at her. She'd be like opening her legs, like exposing her pussy for me, like this, like going like this. I'm like sitting here, just like looking at her pussy in her mouth, and like looking at Royce, and Royce looking at her pussy in her mouth and me. And then like, you know, right? That's how it happened, right? Because like we were doing like this like telecommunication, like what is it called? What is it called? Like yeah, like telepathy. Cool. Like we were like looking at each other, just like, is this real? Like, should I fuck her? Should I use my fingers first? Like, what am I doing? And like, he'd be like, yeah, bro, go for it. And I'd like start fingering her. And then like, I'd like be looking at her and I'd look back and I'd be like, should I go for the kiss, bro? Because like, I'm already fingering her, you know? And he'd be like, go for the kiss, you know? It was like in our heads. But yeah, I mean, pretty much like once it was on, it was on.
Yeah. He said he made her squirt all over the cab, and he was aiming the squirt at your girl.
Yeah. Dude, I told you that last night, bro.
He was trying not to get on his clothes.
Dude, like, I took my pants off at one point, and they were, like, in the seat, and I was, like, fucking this girl, like, cause, like, dude, like, we were, like, laid out on the back of the car.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, you probably just saw, like, my white ass just, like, pumping her, dude. And she was just, like, I literally, like, lifted her leg up, like, it was, like, a porno in the back seat. You know what I mean? And, like, her girl was, like, forced to be, like, on the center console. The driver is just like fucking looking everywhere. He's like changing his side view mirror to like get it. Yeah, dude. Which is funny that I even know this because I'm just like watching him. I'm like nervous, you know.
Dude, whenever I looked up in the Uber, they're always staring at me in the eyes.
Yeah. Well, but
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but like that's what I was saying before. It's like it wasn't just him. It was like him, Royce, the other chick, the chick I'm fucking. Everyone's looking at me in my eyes.
His chick was noisy too. He was saying his chick kept making noise, like drumming and shit.
Yeah,
well dude, the music was mad loud.
We had like me and her. The reason we was vibing and shit because we was like playing like rap music. I was like, if you listen to black music, start playing like Chief Keef and shit.
Oh shit!
Well, dude, she kept the music kept getting louder and louder.
He died, right? He died recently.
Yeah,
right?
that's what.
No,
not Chief Keef.
That was Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but Chief Keef died before that.
No, he
Nah.
Oh, he did?
No.
Oh.
April
So
Fool's.
it's just,
Wait, but how did it end? Oh yeah, but like so like every time that they'd like change a song, you would just hear like because she was like fucking getting railed and like couldn't handle it. Like every single, it wasn't like it started off sexy, but then by the time she's squirting, she's like lost control. Like you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah, and like it was like the song would be loud as fuck, and then like all of a sudden like the song would cut, and you'd hear me just be like fucking slut, and she's just like and like, it's like what the fuck, and then the music would start really loud again, and then like it would cut. And then, like, me and Royce would look at each other while it's cutting. I'm just like, fucking.
I'm just waiting for my turn and shit.
But dude, like, yeah, exactly. I'm like ready to tag you in. But dude, like, once she started to squirt, I said this like 5 fucking times, but it was like it was such a unique situation. Once she started to squirt, I was like, I told her, I was like, now you're gonna fucking squirt. She's like, I have to pee. I'm like, shut the fuck up, like you're gonna squirt all over this cab.
Okay, guys, yo. So whenever a girl says she's like, I have to pee, like during sex, like that, there's an opportunity for you to like, don't let her go pee, because like if she doesn't have to pee, like she feels like she has to pee because she's about to squirt. So whenever that happens, I will just like lean into her and be like, make a big fucking mess. Like you're not gonna, and usually that's when I'll use my finger. We'll just have to go over like how to do that. Like we're gonna have a whole big classroom and shit that I'm gonna create for everybody where we can discuss like how to do some advanced intimacy techniques and whatnot, how to like do like all sorts of crazy shit. But because you should make your woman squirt should be able to every time. It definitely helps if they're hydrated, but eat a banana. Tell them to eat a banana.
And she's like, please, yes. And then I just fucking like, I literally like, as she started to squirt, gathered all of my clothes and like put them on the seat because like it was squirting in that direction. I didn't want my clothes to get drenched. Skirting. So she was squirting and I was like this, and I was like holding my shirt back because it was a white shirt. And then
we make this like your debut your debut video on my channel.
I should, yeah. I mean, I should have a shirt on. But she's fucking squirting, and like right when the squirt started to like go up my arm, and I was concerned it was gonna get all my clothes, I just like turned her towards like the center, and like her friend was like this, and it hit her in the back, and she was literally just like like she was like, what is that? It's like a sex fluid. And I just loved it. I was like, yes. And like you were like looking at me with the most confused face. You're like, holy shit, dude, this is fucking raunchy as fuck. But then I love the part. And then like right after she squirted, I like gave her like 2 more pumps. I was like, oh, I just like came all over the seat.
Oh my god.
And then like I couldn't even put my clothes on, bro, because like the seat was so wet of like cum and her cum that like I had to wait till we got out of the thing. Like I just put my underwear on and I just like waited till we got to the parking lot, and then I got out and there's like cops right there just like looking at us. First off, we're blasting music. Dude, everyone else is like chill. We just pull up to 11, music's blasting. I get out of the car in underwear. I'm like pulling my fucking. Actually, I think I left my underwear in the car. I'm just pulling my fucking jeans. I'm just pulling my jeans up and like, and me and you, and you're like waiting for high.
Oh my god. All right. Holy shit. Yo, in the chat, let me know. Is there any chance that this stuff is gonna like last? MSV, I don't give a shit. What are they gonna do, bro? I still talk to that girl, so yeah, dude. John is like one of the students. Let's keep going though. Maybe I should call my lawyer after this. I mean, fuck that, guys. Like, every one of these motherfuckers is complicit with a really fucked up thing, and so yeah, I'm not cool with that. So we're gonna just make our way through this shit. Where are we? Here we are. Make sure I'm still sharing the screen. I think yeah, it says right there. I appreciate your concern, guys. What else are we gonna do? Like I said, guys, clip this shit. Fucking clip this shit. The best way to preserve these things is to clip it and post it. Clip it and post it. It doesn't need to be like me coaching or something, but like if you find a part that you think is worth like other people seeing for the purpose that we're after here, which again, like is just to like, I just want to detail everything that's happened. That's all this is a detail of my life. And yeah, this guy was close to my life at this time. So, and yeah, these are all my boys. So if any of you guys like have a problem with this, like come see me, like we can talk it out.
5 is I'm like putting my dick away. You know what I mean? Like, the other girls are on the other side of the cab, like having fucking dresses on, or whatever the fuck they do. And then we ditch them.
And then she was flying.
yo, and then we ditched them. Yo, look at my face here, like, because it's like this is the part that this is like these are the regrets, because it's like then we got to 11 and these girls were like, okay, cool. Yo, like, let me bring it back. We got to bring it home for a second here. So listen, like, when you fuck a girl and like you're in the club or some shit, or like you're out in the streets and you're doing it, and then like like you want to keep, so like, and then when it's over, don't just ditch her. Like it's a great thing to do if like it's at your place to like kick her out, because it'll really give her that lesson, and then she'll want to come back. I always tell a girl like I always tell a girl it's more intimate for me to sleep next to her overnight than it is to like sleep with her, and I like in terms of sex, and I think that that's just a fact of nature, and that's how I present it. I really believe that, and I think, and the reason I feel that way is because I'm my most vulnerable when I'm like laying in the fetal position. I almost said fetus. In the fetal position, and that's like, I guess what it's from, I guess, laying in the fetal position, and just like snoring and drooling, like, with like the softest dick I could have. So yeah, I mean, I don't fucking, that's my most vulnerable state. And and I understand hers is very likely, when she's like, opening up her legs. So it's like there's definitely a give and take there, and I like to be the one who's sort of leading that. So I don't like to let a girl sleep over with me until we've really built that sort of thing. But anyway, here I say the phrase, like, and then we ditch them, and that's what we did. We basically we had sex with them in the car, and then like once we had that moment, like me and like I think Royce was just like so unnerved by the whole thing. He was just like, okay, this is like, I'm done here. And I think for me it was, I don't think he wanted to go seconds after that at that point. And then for me, I was just like, where the fuck are we? Like, getting out of the Uber, like, where the fuck are we? Oh shit, there's a bunch of people here. Let's talk to them, and then let's like get the fuck back to our guys, wherever they are. So yeah, let's finish watching this. Posterity purposes, this is totally unedited. This is just, it is what it is.
They do. And then we ditch them.
And then she was
That face right there. That's an evil face. That's an evil fucking face. Guys, like, I'm here to repent and like tell you guys, like, this is not what we should be doing. Like, you shouldn't just be going around and fucking girls in Uber, like, that was fine. But like going around and just like having a mischievous sort of plan about, how to do it. And, it's not necessary. It's so much easier to just like follow the daily program, do your approach, and, ask her out. That's just literally just so much easier. But this is also a product of like hookup culture, nightclub, and all that shit. So it is what it is.
boyfriend. Good night, babe.
Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, exactly. My phone was dead.
Dude, like, girls are fucked up. Like,
Guys are the same though,
Yeah, no, but like I've been in like.
See right there, like John's like, girls are fucked up. Like he's about to like he wants like an echo chamber that's like misogynistic and like, just like very like pointed towards the pain that guys deal with and the frustration. And no, dude, like he's like girls are fucked up, and I'm like, nah, dude, guys are fucked up. And he's like, nah, man, and I'm like, girl, they're the same. They're the fucking same. So anyway,
I've been in like hotels where the girl's like, hey, let me call my husband real quick.
No, I know.
She's like, babe, she's like, come sit there. She's like, babe, I really miss you. And I'm like, wow.
I don't like that shit.
It's hardcore.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
yeah, I don't like that. I've never ever been like that. When I find out that like you're married or like you're engaged or like you have a boyfriend even, like I'm not gonna hook up. Like it's just, why would you guys do that? Like what the fuck are you asking for? Like you're asking for so much fucking pain, dude.
I'm not trying to get murdered, and I'm not trying to
right?
have like
Husbands are like real deal like killers. That shit's scary as shit, bro.
I killed. Yeah, but she was like 19, dude.
Wait, yo, so
They weren't even old enough to get.
let's catch him up. Throwing you up on the stage again. Let's like catch him up on like a dating approach. So you already mentioned before, but I want everybody to see like the whole thing.
Well, Royce, why don't you show us what you would do if you wanted to stop her real quick and date?
Okay, so like this is what a good coach does. A good coach says, instead of just like wanting to see the sexy like piece of ass to walk up and down, back and forth in front of him again, the good coach says, hey, Royce, why don't you try and like intimate what it is that I've shown so far, and then I can help you sort of find the body language. And yeah, I mean, it's just obvious, right? Like, we'll keep watching.
Like back up though.
Yeah, it needs to be from far away.
Just do what you do. Just do what you do.
We're talking about like the girls who have earbuds on, like, which is a real thing, like, or they're on the phone.
All the hottest
Yeah.
girls have earbuds on.
Yeah.
Just pretend
Alright, so
like
she
you're-
got earbuds.
I was kind of waiting to be like, yo,
No, you gotta get your.
Royce, yo, I tell him right before, I'm like, just do what you do, just do what you do. And it's true. Like, just, you know, when it comes down to coaching, like, a lot of it is just do what you do, and then it helps me to see it, and then we can kind of course correct more like towards what it is that I was working on, you know, allowing you to understand, really. That's what it is. It's like allowing you to become more aware of the things that, like, from my perspective, as I've seen them over all the clients I've had, but mostly just all the relationships I've created. So
You gotta be like.
Oh.
yeah, take it off. I'll probably like take it off. And then like, I'll probably like get really touchy. Like, I'm really learning this. Get really touchy and start to be polarizing. Like, you like black dudes? Like,
Yeah.
for real.
You feel like
Yeah.
you're
No, like, run it how you run it. Like, I'm gonna critique it.
Y'all don't even day games. Like,
Sort of.
all right.
You know.
So I'll probably like, I know, remember you guys talking about like start early, like early.
You
Like,
don't have any
like,
investment.
wait.
You don't have any investment yet, and she's moving. Like,
Exactly.
one of the big mistakes guys make is to like the girls they come by and they'll be like, oh hey, can I talk to you? And they get ready, they're done.
Fuck that.
Like, you didn't start quick enough. If you just started like 2 seconds sooner, you should have stopped.
Exactly. So I'll be like, excuse me, and then I'll be like,
Just on the
let me
earphones.
see real quick.
So, yeah.
But I would take them out.
Well, he did, like, the
someone was in
wave,
my face. Like,
Yeah, I'll be like,
Sometimes the girls
Just
think you're
do
like,
this.
sometimes
like, guys, like, you know, it's not robotic. It's not like I'm like earbuds. Although sometimes the girl doesn't have earbuds and I go, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. And then she's like, oh, what? So realize, like, sometimes I fall into myself like this robotic, hey. And she's like, what the fuck, dude? And then other times it's like, you know, she has earbuds in and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to stop you and talk real quick. And then she'll take them out. So it's like, yeah, I mean, you want it. It's better. I mean, if you can see and you're aware, but at the same time, you don't want to actually like be like looking for that. Cause if you're looking for the earbuds, then you don't see them, it'll fuck you up. And if you do see them, then you'll just be like, okay, cool, I can do this move. And then where do you go? So it's more just becoming aware of the way that people are interacting with their world. Most people are interacting with it ears closed, eyes closed. So it's taking up that space briefly with, you know, your body language, this, eye contact from a distance, loud voice, repeating the same thing. Hey, not rushing through it. You'll have time to rush when you get face to face and you find out that she's on her way to go take a shit.
girls think you're like selling
instead of
shit.
just- yeah,
Take it
yeah.
off.
Sometimes the girls think you're like a promoter. You're,
Yeah,
like,
dude,
selling
like
shit.
when I stop a girl, like I'm like, hey. Like I'm literally like, hey, extending that intro and just going like this. And never before has a girl, only girl doesn't take them out when she's like, she won't take them out, and I'll be standing across from her. I'm like, what the fuck are you listening to? She's like, nothing. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'll still be like, can you take out your earbuds so we can have like a normal conversation? But dude, girl, I'm always telling the girl.
And then you ask them who they're here with when they're by themselves.
What'd you say?
And then you ask them who
Yeah,
they're
I
here
say
with.
who you're with. They never
Okay.
say that.
And the cat.
John like wants to criticize like a line that I'm telling them works, that we're seeing work later in the day, because he is just so overly concerned with his product, and like that its copy paste method is functional and, you know, in this setting. So whatever.
I'll be like, hey.
That's hilarious, bro.
What's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Some shit.
Logistics.
Yeah.
Logistics.
What
are you up to right now?
Oh yeah, what are you up to right now?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, you know what? We should actually grab some coffee first.
All
Is that
right.
good?
That sounds fun.
Dude, just go with the shopping thing, bro. If a girl like,
Yeah, like just go with the shopping thing, guys. Like don't like listen, like see like Royce, and again, like Royce's doing a good job. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and he had an insane 2 weeks with us. So like it's not like he's worse for wear, you know what I mean? And he's just shooting shit. But he also came into this conversation into the room a little late. The other guys were there for the beginning. So, but yeah, like if she's like, oh, I'm just going shopping, sick, dude. Me too. Like, what are you grabbing? I was gonna walk in this direction, but I don't know where. I don't really know where to shop. Oh, who are you shopping for? I'm shopping for my mom. Perfect. Or I'm shopping for my sister. How old is she? She's your age. So, you know, if she's like, yeah, I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee, then you can be like, okay, yeah, me too. Let's go. But if you're like, oh, cool, you're going shopping, let's go grab a cup of coffee real quick. And then she's like, oh no, I just came from there. It's over. It's fucking over. So go shopping and then be like, hey, do you like coffee? Yeah, I do like coffee, but I already had one today. Oh, I didn't have one yet. Do you mind go waiting in line with me? Now that you've been shopping for 2 minutes, like it's much more likely she's going to be down for that.
If a girl, I mean, like, Rebecca, you're never gonna say like, oh, that sounds fun. Like what? Like unless like he's just like your 10 out of 10 and like you're just attracted to him physically, or for whatever reason, like in your own personal life, there are situations where like a girl's just looking for a date, or a girl's just looking to relax, or a girl just got out of a relationship, or for whatever reason, she's really down to just chill and have a coffee. But you don't want that anyway.
Dude, look at my fucking love handle. Like this is disgusting, guys. Like this is the fucking body of just a fucking worthless person who's just been basically just using his dick and his brain, and that's it, and his mouth, and not in his hands, and nothing else. This whole part of my body, including my heart, just wasn't being used really at all. Look, I look like a fucking dolphin. What is this? Well, I guess that's because my lips and my tongue have been used profusely. Yeah, I mean, I've grown up a lot since then, guys. Like those of you who know me now, and those of you who've known me since then, if you know me now, you know how much I've changed. And right on. I love you guys.
You're trying to get your dick sucked. So like you don't want to just invite her to coffee just for the sake of getting coffee. So she says she's shopping. So then you say, cool, come with me. I'm shopping too. Or cool, I need something. Let's go over here. Or cool, let's go into the shop. And you go shopping with her. But the whole point being, you're on your purpose. You're shopping. If you're going to get coffee at one point or drinks at one point, that's going to happen as you're seating that instant date after the actual instant date begins. The instant date happens when she's like, oh, I'm shopping. Oh, cool, me too. Let's go over here. You walk her into a store, bro. Immediately. She opened you. She said, I'm shopping. You opened her. She like seated the date, the instant date. So you go shopping. Now you're shopping. In the first few instances of shopping, you're finding out like how much time does she actually have?
Yo, like if you ask a girl, like, are you shopping? And she says yes, like, so you know that she's gonna have like 15 to 20 minutes. But that should be the maximum that you're allowing for yourself at that moment. Because like obviously the threshold is pretty wide open. She could have fucking 6 hours. She could just be loafing about her day. Or she could be like shopping for an item and like running errands. So it's like, okay, cool. You want to reiterate. Cool. So like what else are you up to today? Like, did you eat yet? Like, what are you up to? Do you want to grab a bite to eat at some point? Like, I'd love to buy you something. Cool. What do you like to eat? Like, and again, like offering, hey, I'd love to buy you something. It doesn't mean like you're buying her fucking lunch. It doesn't mean that. It's just sort of like intimating like, yeah, well, if you want to grab some food, let's fucking get something. And then I'm reiterating it. And then we're walking by like the pretzel place, Auntie Anne's or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, oh shit, Auntie Anne's, dude. Like I would never eat that on my own. But like, since I have you here, can we get in line and get one? Because I would not make the excuse to eat it on my own. But like, since we're having a date, I can get us one. And dude, the girl will be like, oh yeah, let's do it. So frequently. Right on.
Should I be pulling her to a different venue? Should I be trying to plan a date for later? What should I be doing? All based on the logistics of like, is she really shopping? What is she shopping for? How much time does she actually have?
Yo, when Wee Waffles judges me or whatever the fuck it is, I hope he picks like I hope he consults me first. I hope he picks like a half decent one, because like sometimes I just look so shit. I want him to tell me that I look like shit, because I think that that's partly the truth. But I don't want him to tell me that I look like shit from the perspective that I was living then, like from this reality, because I mean it's just too obvious, right? And I think we could look at John in many different instances of John and kind of like give him like put credit where credit's due and say like, good job, dude. Like you don't look like shit right now, versus other times when he's looked like complete shit.
Now you started with the false time constraint by saying like, hey, like take out your earbuds. Yeah, I got to go to the thing. But what are you up to? I'm shopping. Cool. Yeah. Let's go over here. You pull her in and then you say like, sweet. Yeah. Like I'm like, and then you're vibing. You're just like, cool. Yeah. Like, what about this? Like try this on. How does this look? How does that look? How does this look? Whatever. And then pull her into another store. I like this store. Like whatever.
For vibing, I say bring the fun. So like then you're in the store and you're not acting a clown, but you might be like, oh, do you wear hats? And if she's like yes or no, you're like going to put a hat on her head. You know what I mean? Like, and like again, like it's not like a clown. You don't have to be like, oh, like you can do that, and that does work for in a certain audience, but like generally speaking, like you can do it like very monotonously. So Yeah, you got to bring fun, guys. Like, you can't be so caught up in your fucking head.
Fucking thing she's trying to do, you're trying to do with her by creating a sort of date environment. Builds rapport really fast. Then you start to see the date, like the second instant date, essentially within the same instant date, by saying things like, okay, cool. Yo, I could really use like a cup of water. I could really use a fucking drink right now. Let's go get something. I'll buy you a smoothie. Or, yo, I could really use fucking fresh air. Let's fucking get the fuck out of here. Or, I could really use whatever it is wherever you want to bring her to, you go, you know? And like, typically I'll arrange it so that I'm near my house. So now I'll literally be like walking. I'll be like, yo, I just gotta go real quick and drop my bag off. Or, yo, I just gotta go real quick and wash my hands. I fucking.
So these are two really good tricks. One is I'll bring my bag with me with like my laptop, or like typically that's what I'll have because I'll be working, right? But also it can work with like a bag with like gym gear. Anything that you can basically say, like, listen, like I live right there. I want to drop this off. The laptop works the best because it's like, dude, like I have my laptop. It's like expensive. I don't want to carry it around. I'd rather put it away. And like I even say, like, this is the most valuable item I have. Like, and then we'll go put it upstairs. I've brought my guitar around too, but that's a little showy and it's kind of makes it a little more difficult. You kind of come off as like the wanderer, and then it's more likely that the girl will say like, no, you can come back, go drop your guitar off and I'll be hanging out at Starbucks. Whereas if you like have your little book bag and you're like, yeah, I gotta go, I'm gonna drop my bag off, like come upstairs, you don't have to come in. That's what I always say. You don't have to come in. And I won't even make her come in. I'll like just walk in as if nothing's going. I'll open up the door, just walk right in, and I'll be like, oh, you're not coming in? And she'll say, you said I didn't have to. And I'll be like, well, you can if you want, but whatever. And I'll just go put my bag down and I'll go meet her outside. The point isn't to get her into your apartment at all. The point is to create some familiarity around like the walk up to the apartment, which can be really scary for a girl. The fact that like, there it is. Okay, we've been there before. And yeah, I think I mentioned something else too about it, to say, sometimes I'll say like, hey, I want to go wash my hands. When I'm living in a city, everything's so dirty, especially like conscientious places, like more conscientious cities and things, and dirtier cities too. You know, like a lot of the Chinese cities I've lived in, it's like you got to wash your hands everywhere you fucking go. So it's like, and it's like that in New York, but people don't really, it's not as conscientious in this regard, but it's just fucking dirty. So a lot of times I'll be like, and it shows like your cleanliness, and like I think that that's a very like positive sign for any relationship. So I'll say like, hey, listen, like I gotta wash my hands. I know it sounds weird, and so my place is right up there. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick and chug a water. Like, do you want anything? And then again, you don't have to come in, but you can chill outside. And if the girl gives any pushback, I'm still gonna, like with like the bag or with like the hands thing, I'm still gonna go do it. I'm just going to explain myself again. Like, no, you really don't have to come in. Typically she'll be like, no, I'll wait down here. Cause usually the places I live have like a somewhat fairly decent, like bottom, like floor or whatever, like, you know, lobby or like garden or something. But, yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
Fucking railing or some shit. I make it seem like just some average normal shit, and we just go up to the room, you know?
Like, I noticed that you opened and then you sexualize right there.
Yeah.
You sexualize before you try and figure out about logistics.
Usually.
Dude, bro, what is this fucking angle you're giving me here? Like, what is this? Like, I love you, dude, but like, what is this angle? What were we thinking? Like, obviously I wasn't. I was just fucking speaking to my guys, but what is this?
Yeah, but
Figure out logistics first.
usually I sexualize before I figure out logistics, but I would recommend that in the beginner state, you should do the opposite. Because like, if you try to sexualize right away, you're gonna blow shit out.
Yeah, so I say there, like, usually I sexualize before I ask logistics. So usually I say like, damn girl, I had to meet you real quick. What's your name? I'm Ryan. Or like, hey, I got to get going to the thing, but damn girl, like you're looking really good. I love these pants on you. You know, that kind of thing. And then I'll be like, who are you here with? Or like, what are you up to? But as a beginner, I'd reverse that. I would first say like, I got to get going to the thing real quick, but I wanted to meet you. What are you up to? Okay, cool. Oh, you're shopping? Yeah, damn girl, you look really nice. I love your look. Or damn girl, like yeah, these pants are fucking fire. Get another pair of those. That's it. That's it. A lot of guys are like, how do I sexualize? Like, what do I say? Or like, you don't say like, yo, like you're fucking ass girl. Like, which like you'll hear me say, you will see me say that because it's like give an inch, like take a mile. Like you start to like get a little looser once you kind of like feel comfortable with it. But in reality, it's just like, damn girl, that's it. That's all it is. Damn girl, that's it.
And you're not going to learn how to, you know, see dates and do all the other shit.
So like sexualizing, like we do that right off the instance because we're so experienced. Yeah, once you get more experience talking to girls, like, because John does do this, like, just sexualize right away, just like kind of like, yo, like, what the fuck's up, kind of deal. And that's just what you have to be like. I guess we're still here with me sitting in this fucking terrible position. Oh, let's check. Let's check real quick. No, we'll do that later. We'll check up on his stats in a minute. Let's keep going. That we're able to do it. So for the beginning, you want to get the logistics figured out first, and then begin to like impose your sexual will, as it were. But for me, I impose sexual will right away. Now, like he can do that by just saying like, "Yo, you're the black dudes." Anyway, that's like in one sense imposing your sexual will. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, do you like that cheetah bottom?
Dude, I love how you can see your ass like from like below her pussy, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you know what I'm saying? That's like one of my favorite things in the world. When you see like her ass underneath.
Bro, I didn't even know Brian left. Here, like sit up. What are you gonna do?
All right, dude, you can talk about this shit. I'm gonna fucking take a fucking shower.
Oh yeah, I see.
All right. What a fucking loser I was, huh? Let's come back real quick. What a fucking loser I was. Cool. What are we talking about, boys? What's going on here, fellas? Got 8 people in here. That's sick. Looks like you guys are just going after it. We got Dwayne. We got Dave in the fucking chat. Yeah, one exactly. Yep. We're gonna keep watching this. Yeah, dude. Listen, I'm not trying to end anyone's career. I would just rather him just fucking figure it the fuck out. Like this is clearly what he wants to be doing, like with his life. Like he cares so much about it. He should just like fucking start over and just be like, yeah, I fucked up. My products is shit. My fucking coaching is non-existent. And I have no game. Dude, you can learn game in like 4 months. Like that's the crazy thing is like this dude could just like be like working on his game for like 3 weeks with my methods and then just like come back and be like fucking solid. I mean, it's going to take him longer than 3 weeks because he's a 38-year-old with like neural pathways that like are totally fucked. You know, neuroplasticity, guys, like get with it. Like that's what you have to figure the fuck out. Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to have a good time. Like his energy just does suck. Yeah, cool. I like that you guys can appreciate that I don't give a shit about what you guys think of me when I have my shirt off. Although I see myself and it's just like this is embarrassing. I'd rather bang Liz at this point. That doesn't tell you enough. I knew her before John did. Like 10 years before. Yeah, he literally sounds like one of the students. It's ridiculous. Yo, I love you guys. I'm just running through the comments really quick. I don't know if you guys can like, no, I don't think I'm sharing it. Yeah, dude, repetition. Confidence is just repetition. J-Pot saying that's what's up. It's like sports, like anything else. Just got to focus on stuff. It's easy to find blinds. It's easy to end up in blind spots too. The difference is like for this, it's not really that different. Like you got to cut your vices out. That's the difference though. See, because like with sports, like if you're eating shit, like if you're feeding yourself shit, you're not going to perform well. But like in game, it's like it's not just if you feed yourself shit physically. That matters too. Clearly not as much as what are you feeding yourself here. So like, yeah, you know, like, and that's why I suggest you get into some fucking physical sports like combat sports and weight and heavy weightlifting, because then you're going to start to feed yourself better shit. And you're literally they kind of click together, you know? And dude, thank you. Body positivity. Thank you, dude. My body's fine, but it's not. Like, I like to have positive self-talk and savage self-talk. Back then, I was just positive self-talk and negative self-talk. So I'd be saying like, my body's fine. But then I'd see myself and I'd be like, I fucking hate my body. And like now I'm like positive and savage self-talk. So I'm like, my body's fine, my body's fine, my body's fine. And then I'm like, fuck that. You're a pussy, motherfucker. Figure it the fuck out. I'm not saying I hate my body per se. Those might be the words, but it's really more like I got to figure it the fuck out. Let me get my dog in here. She's knocking. Lucy, let's go, girl. Okay, come on. Come say what's up. All right, let's get back to this shit. What's up, Lucy girl? Remember Alex playing with liars vouches for this fool? Yeah, like I don't know what he's doing that for. Fuck wheat waffles. Nah, man, like let wheat waffles go, dude. I actually don't know anything about him except that he's just like looking at people's faces, but I don't know if that's that big of a deal. Is that bad? What's FNF? Fresh and fit? Who's that? Same chick rated John a 2 out of 10, said he's ugly. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, dude. So this is something. Let's go back to this. So John has 173 subs. I made a point of that before. Let's go back. Let's reshare this screen here and let's see. Did he gain any subs in the? Wait, how long have I been on stream for, guys? How long is this thing? An hour and 15 minutes. He's at 173 to start. Oh, this is real time, so we don't even have to refresh it. It's still 173. It's been 173 for fucking days. As a matter of fact, it's been 173 since he fucking bought the 2000 to make it 173 from 171. Because it was 171 on Sunday when he bought 2000 from 169. And then it went to 173. I'm imagining he's going to buy another 173 pretty soon. It's probably on just like a recurring shit. I mean, it's bullshit, guys. It's all a lie. He doesn't even have any followers. That's the funny thing is like, who am I attacking here? He doesn't even have any fucking followers. And I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just revealing the truth of what's going on. Somebody else pointed out to me, like, these are girls all in promo gear. Like, they're obviously promotion girls. Like, look at what they're wearing. The exact same bathing suits. Like, they're just hanging out. Like, these girls are not, these are professionals. Like, it's just so embarrassing. It's really bad. I see you, motherfucker. I know who that is, and I never saw that picture before there. Let's keep going. Oh, it's the next thing you said, dude. Literally, it's the next fucking thing you said. That's hilarious. Yeah, let us know this shit. I want to get through some of these comments real quick. Comments only shows about where a firm decision. Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly the advice I was giving, but I also don't want to like I won't like tell someone compliment something they chose to wear because then you'll just go looking for things to compliment them on. Like this is a little bit closer, but again, like I don't like tattoo. That's a little bit like intrusive. I've realized I mean, I still do that. I think whatever you're feeling, dude. So I think J-Pot, you're just writing from your feels, like where you're coming from. So you're like, this is the type of shit that I do. Don't take other guys who are reading this, like, this is great advice, but don't take this and then be like, and then just like go up to girls and be like, hey, I like your tattoo. Because like, that's not going to work. So what he's really trying to say, I believe, is, and it's right on, is you go up to a girl and you give her a compliment on something that she's earned or that like she's worked towards. So like I'll typically be like, damn girl, like those pants, like they look amazing. And she'll be like, oh yeah. And I'll be like, well, it's your fucking legs, isn't it? Like, what have you been working out? And if it's not been her legs, because like she ain't been working out, then I'll probably be like, damn girl, like your eyes are beautiful. And I won't say like, oh, it's because she'll be like, what color are my eyes? I'll be like, damn girl, your eyes are beautiful. Like I love the way you did your makeup. Because again, guys, like that's why they're popping out to us in those instances, So like be aware of that and like say what's what. Like be aware of what you're recognizing that she's done, Like when a girl compliments me, she'll be like, damn, dude, like I love that you're bald. And I'll be like, really? And she'll be like, yeah, it takes balls and a consistent lifestyle to like have that fucking head. So she's like so aware of it. She's not like, yeah, I like the way it looks. She's like, I like that you have the fucking balls to do that shit and that you're loyal and committed to it. Same thing with like the tattoo. It's like, I like that you showed that commitment. They don't give a shit. Cool. Yeah, let's just keep going. Did he work on missile defense? I don't know, but like make that decision yourself. I can't imagine. Like, are you serious? Like, is this guy working on our missile defense systems? Like the alleged, like he's self-proclaimed alcoholic that whole time, like chasing women, unable to go to work. Like, yeah, I mean I hate these shows. I don't watch any of those like Fresh and Fit. I don't watch any of that. Stay away from that shit. Well, dude, Doug, like, there's no reason to say that. I mean, like, honestly, dude, like, there's no reason, guys, to be like attacking the way someone looks, honestly, unless it is that they're purporting to be able to help you in that regard. So, like, John is like, John will say that he's like a fashion guy and like he's like a lifestyle guy and an anti-aging guy. He's gonna help you to live long and look good. But it's like, dude, like your hair transplant surgery sucked dick. It didn't even work. You look like an idiot. You're barely recovered from alcoholism. Like there's pictures of you dating back just a few years where like you are in it deep. Like your fashion is like pathetic. You wear like a Harvard fucking like you bought a shirt from Harvard to DHV on girls. It's like not even a shirt. Like you don't even like and but again, like I don't purport to have great fashion at all. But this guy, if he's selling a program and that's his whole thing, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna change your fashion. I'm gonna help you with it. Then fuck you, dude. So yeah, I don't really think there's any worth in talking about the way people look. If anything, looking like a garden gnome and then succeeding in, creating, a solid girlfriend for yourself is fucking that's a compliment. That's an accomplishment, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. John is probably gonna come murder me. So if you guys like can't find me, like send the police. If this channel gets taken down, I'm gonna make a different one and just like show up somewhere else with all the same information I continue to put out. So all right. Let's just not go too hard on each other. But Deepak, what's up, brother? I don't know your shit at all. But yeah, I mean, see, but I also don't like really like to take this either because there's like guys in our audience who are also on the spectrum. And like, I don't find that that should equate to not having game at all. I think that all that's just bullshit. Like 200 years ago, like dudes just like fucked and made families. Like they just picked up girls. Like, so do they have Asperger's and autism then? Or is this like a new thing that came out of like some other part of our world? I don't know. I think they did have those things and probably worse. And sure, we have like new issues, of course, due to technology and like the TV and like our world and shit. But like ultimately I look at just comfort and I just say, okay, we're too comfortable saying I'm on the spectrum, so I can't do this, or I'm on the spectrum, so I have to like find a different way. In reality, the answer is you have to look within yourself, know who you are, and then just go seeking to fulfill, to validate yourself through the work that you have through your process. So when you've arrived at that process day in and day out for a number of weeks, and then you end up at the footsteps of a beautiful woman, it's much more likely that you'll say, hey, what's up, are you single, as opposed to like, let me try to impress you real quick. So those of you guys who are on the spectrum, just going up to girls and saying like, hey, what's up, and statement of empathy is a good one for you guys. Hey, listen, like I'm totally on the spectrum of Asperger's, but I think you're really sexy, like do you want to like, and again, that is not going to be your line to use all the time. But I mentioned this before, like very likely you'll, especially in the night game, you'll meet group of people who, oh my God, you got to be my friend. This chick's fucking Asperger's out the ass, and like introduce you to the Asperger's friend. And like, granted, like that's like that could be seen as like a low hanging fruit scenario, but like essentially by like just going up and saying like, oh, does anyone here have Asperger's for me? But like ultimately, like by coming in and just like being yourself and stating the things you're stating in this room to me, these things are going to really help you to be received. The women will receive you really well. Now, I wouldn't do that all the time. It wouldn't be like my frame of thought. My frame of thought would rather be, hey, my name's Ryan. I'm feeling nervous approaching you. Don't be nervous. I just wanted to come and ask you for your number and see if you'd like to get a date sometime. Are you single? I just wanted to come ask you, are you single? What's your number? You can have my Instagram. No. I want your number. We'll go over this shit when I go to my own content eventually. No, guys, don't rip on Deepak. Maybe his dating shit sucks, but who knows? We'll fucking, yeah. Like, there's no reason to like have this back and forth in here. We'll like I'll let Deepak speak for himself, and we'll go over that at another time. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah, like people I just got a tattoo a year ago, my first one, and it's crazy, dude. Like it changed my whole perspective on it, and I realized how much of a fucking loser I was. All those times I went up to girls and be like, "Oh, cool tattoo," and it's just like, dude, my dad raped me. You know what I mean? It's like, so I would not bring that up. I would not bring up the tattoo unless you have tattoo that's similar or knowledge of it in a certain way that would tell you, like, okay, this tattoo tells me this. This tattoo would typically mean this. Or like you're just like you can't not say it because you're like, damn girl, I love this tattoo. And that happens too sometimes. Yeah, I just don't think he can teach anything. And I agree. I think he's on the spectrum. And I don't really think that's that big a deal, but in terms of his game, but like I don't think that should stop anyone from learning approach. But like learning to teach, because I think when you're on the spectrum, I think from my understanding, and I've done a lot of research, and well, again, I've not done any research, but I've researched this for myself. My understanding is it's really hard to like get the meta and then to like reiterate. So like it's not hard if you have Asperger's or autism necessarily to understand what to do, but it's hard to then reiterate it to other people in a way that makes sense. So a lot of these guys I think are more likely to like want to show than like tell how they go about doing something. And I think likewise they want to learn by seeing, which is why I think these guys do so well coming on programs as opposed to just like seeing, like texting about it or something. Frankly, most of you guys should probably just like avoid all this shit altogether. Like zero people should really, hopefully, after this is seen, like let's just all get offline and just like go meet people. Everybody's fucking. So, dude. Bro, that's so funny, dude. Yo, that's really funny, man. I like you, dude. That's really funny. All right, let's go back to sharing the screen. Oh, fuck. What time is it? It's 11:38. Let's see if he bought subscribers yet. We should just run this stream until he buys subscribers again. I mean, we know he's going to do it. Like, what is it? Like he waits till Friday. He waits till Sunday. Sunday, he does it on Wednesday. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to wait till like maybe Friday. Cool. Let's keep going. We're up to John's part in this.
So like you're walking, like, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. Can I talk to you real quick? Like, and if she goes, a lot of times they're gonna sidestep one way or the other. Like, so go back again. Like, sidestep one way or the other. Like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. What's your name? I just want to meet you real fast. You just do like a quick little. It's not like.
Dude, look at his creepy hand. Like this, I never know. I've not seen this. Hey, Rebecca, you look good there. Nice. I've not seen this, but like, dude, creepy fucking guy. In my opinion.
I want to talk to you real quick. Can I talk to you real quick? Like, and if she goes, a lot of times they're gonna sidestep one way or the other. Like, so go back again. Like, sidestep one way or the other. Like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. What's your name? I just want to meet you real fast. You just do like a quick little. It's not like. And you don't want to be, and you never want to be like making it like a confrontation. So like, say you're coming, like here's the wrong way to do it. Like, say you're coming through. Like, here's what a lot of guys do. It'll be like,
Yeah,
this
like,
kind of shit. And how does that make you feel? You're like, what the fuck?
weird. Like, oh,
All right, so like.
He's right about that. I don't like that. I don't really think there's any use in describing to someone what not to do. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that we would be coaching at any point what not to do, unless we're seeing them. Like, if I see you do it, I'm going to say, hey, don't do that. But like, why would I say don't do that? I mean, let's just always be talking about what we could do or what we should be doing. I mean, come on. This is just 101. This is like education 101.
Like, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. What's your name?
Rebecca.
I took coaching degree at UPenn, so I have an executive coaching degree. It's not actually a degree; it's a certificate from UPenn for executive coaching, which I got after having dual masters. I got that way later. I got paid to do that by a company that I was working for, NACI actually, which is like a huge accrediting organization in the United States for early childhood education, believe it or not. And yeah, I've been on record. I've gone and done speeches for them with relation to how to educate people, specifically how to educate young boys and young men. But nevertheless, I got this coaching degree, coaching certificate. It's an executive coaching certificate, which means I'm, certified to be coaching in a corporate setting, which is funny. But yeah, I mean, it gives you just like some background. It's like where my head is at, where my world's at. Like I did that when I was like 28 or 29 years old, after I'd already been coaching for a while, because I was given the opportunity by the company that I was doing research with. And then they basically just said, hey, I said they said, hey, we can give you this coaching certificate. You should do it. And I said, dude, like this works perfectly with what I'm doing. And they welcomed it. So, now does that apply? Do I mention that often? Do I think that really applies directly to what I do here? I mean, I don't mention it I've never mentioned it before. And yes, it does directly apply. Is that something that every coach should be doing? Getting a coaching certificate? No, I do not think so. But having that curiosity and that interest in learning how to coach is very important. So find out from your coach or any coach you're interested in hiring, dude, like what the fuck do you study? Like, what are you researching now that can inform our conversation? And it's important to me to share with you guys that the things that I'm most interested in researching are, pedagogical, sort of like the meta of education in this world, this niche here of pickup. So I love to coach you guys on how to do cold approach specifically. And yeah, we'll do much more of that as we get to know each other.
Oh, nice to meet you. And then,
oh,
what are you up to
God.
right now? Oh, cool. Can you fuck those plans off? I'm like, let's get a drink. I'm usually lying a lot. So I'll be like, I just closed a big deal at work to try to celebrate, or it's my birthday today.
Yo, let's listen to what he says here. He's like, I'm usually lying a lot. This is him educating people who paid. Like, so fucked up.
Oh, cool. Can you fuck those plans off? I'm like, let's get a drink. I'm usually lying a lot. So I'll be like, I just closed a big deal at work to try to celebrate, or it's my birthday today. Because that gives them, it's like a giant compliance booster. That's like my own personal style. So I'll be like,
he says, that's my own personal style, as she like runs back to like the alcohol or whatever escape she's finding. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's not your own personal style. It's called being a fucking liar. You're just a fucking liar, dude. That's not a style. It's definitely not personal either.
oh, this resonates with you. Okay, so I'm like, yo, it's a lot to talk to you real quick. Like, I just closed a big deal at work. Like, are you down to like fucking celebrate right now? I want to like go get a drink.
That sounds fun.
Can you shop at later? I wouldn't want to like go to the shopping. I always want to like give my fucking plan. It's not like you need to lie every day, but like I'm just trying to give her like urgency. Like, let's celebrate right now. I just closed a deal at work. Let's go celebrate right now. Mm-hmm. Let's go. There's like this cool spot nearby, and you should know like when you're doing the daytime approaches, you should know like nearby bar spots.
Yo, like if you meet a quality woman in the daytime and you say to her like, yo, I just closed an insane deal, or like, yo, it's my birthday, do you want to go celebrate? She's gonna be like, no, dude, you don't have anyone to fucking celebrate that shit with. What the fuck's wrong with you? If you just closed a big deal in business, like you should have a team. Like you should have like someone to celebrate with. So yeah, I mean, this is just a way to find toxic women.
Restaurants where you can take like, oh, I know a good spot, right over here. And then I would take her, and then like as we're like going to the bar, I'd be like flirting, and I'd be like, what do you have a bunch of time? Like, what are you up to after this? And then I'd be trying to invite you back to the house. All right. But yeah, day game, like most of the shit we talk about night game, it applies to day game. It's like a little, it's like a little less hardcore. I mean, I'm like starting to revise my opinion on this, even after 1,000 chicks. I'm starting to revise my opinion.
I mean, there it is. He just admitted it. He says, I'm starting to revise my opinion on this. Even after 1,000 chicks, I'm starting to revise my opinion, because he thinks it's like night game. And then he spends fucking 2 weeks with me and realizes what the fuck I'm doing. And he's just like, so it's just, it's funny when he's admitting it as like just pain shoots across the back of my fucking neck. It's funny, dude, but it's not. It's just like so pathetic. Like this is your fearless leader. If you're coming from his channel, I mean, obviously he only has like probably 10,000 subscribers. for real. But if you're coming from his channel, like this is your guy. Like this is the guy that you put money in his fucking pocket so he could just buy more fake tits for other girls with and fucking dumbass tattoos. Let's not even go there.
I saw you like tone the sexuality way down because during the day, and the chicks are like out doing shit, and he says he still does it. Like, and they're cool with it. So like, how would you feel about a dude just like spitting like sexual shit at you during the day?
Like yelling it at me?
No.
Or commenting on like,
No. My mom's No, like if like you said again.
Like just what we did basically, like how to feel about it.
Like if I was like,
I feel better about it
like,
than
sit
like
up.
a nightclub even.
if I was like, oh really?
Did you hear what she said? Ooh, that's fucking gold right there. She says, I'd feel better about it than even at a nightclub. She's like, I'd feel better about being spit sexual game in the daytime than at the nightclub. And there's so many reasons why. And I've been fucking saying this shit for 10 fucking years. Like, I don't know where the fuck you guys have been. I don't know why everyone thinks girls are into the nightclub game shit. They're not. They're going out to get some fucking drinks and then like show off themselves, get validated, go home, fucking play with their little fucking bullet toy and get some fucking sleep.
Like I was like, damn, you're fucking hot. Let me see your ass.
Well, that'd be weird. I wouldn't like that.
Alright. I said that shit.
She goes, well, that would be weird. And then he's like, really? I say that shit in the club.
I like that. I'd be like,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's different. No, I never.
Yeah, it's mostly the same. It's like the biggest differences are like a lot of times they're by themselves, and so.
Yo, let's go back there. I want to hear that interchange again one more time. I think that was really interesting. Just to I'm very much interested in watching the way that Rebecca interacts here and the way that she responds to like his questions about game, because like he's asking her shit, expecting a certain answer and getting the complete opposite because of my interaction with her prior. So, and because of because of the truth, right? It just shows like his lack of experience, but I'm much more interested now in watching Rebecca and seeing like how she kind of is reacting to this guy who she's like basically stuck with until later this night when shit hits the fan and John brings a tranny home. And there's videos too. Pictures too of some of the text messages between us where John actually allegedly had with him like pills and shit, which again is somewhat hearsay. I mean, it's not hearsay. I saw it happening. I saw pills in the fucking bag, but what they were and blah, blah, blah. That was all after we left the bar where they actually like, it is what it is. That's something we'll discuss when we go over like Rebecca.
No, like if like you said again.
Like just what we did basically, like how to feel about it.
Like if I was like.
I feel better about it
like,
than like a nightclub even.
If I was like, oh really?
Yeah.
Like I was like, damn, you're fucking hot. Let me see your ass.
Well, that'd be weird. I wouldn't like that.
Alright. I said that shit.
No, I don't like that. I'd be like,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's different. No, I never.
Yeah, it's mostly the same. It's like the biggest differences are like a lot of times they're by themselves, and so in a group in a nightclub, and a lot of times they're like busy doing shit. Like the sets are gonna be a lot shorter. Like most of the time, like when you stop a girl moving during the day, she's on her way to the gym, she's on her way to the grocery store, she's like on her way home.
Yeah, definitely. They're always helping.
Like people are doing shit. In the nightclub, they're like free and able to talk, but like during the day, you're gonna be like, hey, I want to meet you. What's your name? What are you up to right now? Oh, I'm just heading to the grocery store. What you can't be like abandon your grocery shop. You can say you had a big deal, close at work. Like, let's get a drink first. But normally you're gonna be like, we should meet up during the week. Like, I'm new to the area. Like, do you like margaritas? Do you like wine? When you're free to meet up, set the exact daytime and activity, and then you just text her like, hey, it's John from the street. Like, see you Tuesday. Smiley face.
John, I have a question. Say, the only reason why I'm asking is I see this a lot because there's a pretty big mall that's pretty close to where I live.
Yeah.
Sawgrass Mall's like over a mile long.
Okay.
And a lot of times there's girls like eating in the food court. Yeah. So would you approach her the same way like you approach a night game?
Yeah, so you're talking about like seated sets. I think we sent some of you guys in. I don't know.
Yeah, I did. And she was like, oh.
Yeah, we didn't give you instructions, but like, so the rules for when they're seated.
I mean,
you don't want to be running the set standing up the whole time.
Okay.
You want to sit with them. Okay. Not immediately because it's like too threatening. You want to be like, hey, what's up? Yeah. I want to meet you real quick. Yeah. What's your name? Blah blah. Oh, well, this and that. Oh, do you mind if we sit down within like 30 seconds? Okay. And you want to sit down like it's like old school mystery stuff. He says it's like a power leak. If you're like standing and being like this while they're like sitting up, being like, So it's better to just like sit with them. Yeah, they're eating and shit.
Yo, it's crazy how like John just like recites fucking chapters from like book that he read, like The Game or whatever, or some book. I don't know. I've not read Mystery Method. I've not read The Game. I don't know about that shit. I don't know what Mystery Method is. I get bits and pieces of this shit told to me. I get told oftentimes when I'm relating things back to people about game, they're like, "Oh, that's like this, or that," or some. There's definitely phrasing within this niche that like I use that comes from psychology, or behavioral psychology specifically. But like yeah. So clearly he's just like reading. He's like has like rote memory of what to do, and we'll actually discuss and we'll look at his blogs and things that he's written where he discusses exactly where he learned everything, essentially saying like thank you RSD, which is what he says. Anyway, we'll go into that later.
Just casually introduce yourself and then sit down. And if there's ever like any awkwardness, because there's awkwardness lots of times in the daytime situations.
Yeah.
Like say you stop a chick and she's like that kind of face. Yeah. No, there's like most girls are like startled to be approached by a stranger during the day. A lot of times this is a very typical reaction. Like
like for John, most girls are startled. Like I'm not startling girls in the day. Like no. And when I feel that they're like, whoa, this is new, then I'm like, hey, I don't usually do this, or hey, I know it's a little strange to do this, or hey, I don't usually like to talk here, but. So that's a little statement of empathy, right? I'm empathizing with the sense that I'm getting that this is a little new. Not that it's awkward or that it's like difficult, it's just new. You want to leave the girl better than how you found her, right? So like when you're recognizing it as new, it's like, okay, cool. Instead of seeing this as an opportunity to like pull wool over her eyes or like lie to her, DHV, and say it's my birthday and I just like sold $1 million business deal or some shit and I'm a DJ, it's way healthier just to be like, yo, like, yeah, like no one's talked to you yet today? Like unreal. Like you're a beautiful girl. So what's that about? Do you want to go sit down over here? Like I'm going to grab a bite to eat or I'm going to grab a smoothie. Always make it more interesting too than just like, yeah, I'm gonna get a coffee. I don't like his like at least like when it comes to alcohol, he knows how to say like, do you like margaritas? Do you like wine? Do you like tequila or vodka more? And then so she's like, oh, I like margarita. If she's like, I like all of them, it's like, all right, cool, let's go. Oh, I like margaritas. Yeah, there's this place right here. I was gonna go grab a bite to eat. Like, want to split a margarita? I can't have more than that. That's like where my mind would go. So that at least he's good with that stuff with the alcohol and whatnot. But don't go there. Instead, like stick to your menu, right? Oh, cool. Do you like one of those like Frappuccino mocha things? Because like that's where I'm headed, and I have no clue what I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna get something fun.
Like that, or like, oh no, I'm not interested. Like they think you're like a promoter or something. I'm just like, oh, I know it's totally weird. Like I don't. Oh.
The reason why they think John's a promoter is because he's going up to them saying, "I'm a DJ." So and like he's drunk, and look at what he wears. So like this is why they think. See, John projects. He's like, oh, it's very common in the daytime. Most of the girls will be startled, and they're gonna think you're a promoter. No, they're not, dude. No, they're not. They're not gonna think you're a fucking promoter, bro. And they're definitely not gonna, dude. And where the fuck you're? This is coming from Vegas, dude. This isn't coming from somebody who lives in like fucking New Jersey, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you just go approach. I don't have to tell you what the fuck to do. I've done it before. We'll continue to reiterate it. Repetition is the key to learning this shit. But like this guy just has zero game. It's just if it's not clear, we'll go watch his fucking infields eventually. So
like I don't usually fucking like I know I'm just a stranger in the daytime. I just want to meet you. What's your name?
Oh really? You just say put out there like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, he has no idea what he's talking about. So he's like he totally contradicts everything he says in his like objection handling. He says, I know I'm just a stranger in the daytime, but dude, what? Dude, what? No, you would not say that at all. Do not go up to a girl and say, I know I'm just a stranger. It's all about higher purpose. When you're vibrating with like a sense of higher purpose, then confidence is more of like a muscle than it's more of like a muscle or mechanism than it is like a fear response or something like this.
You want to address if they have any kind of like startled reaction or they're like really like confused, I'll be like, yeah, I know it's totally fucking weird, but I thought you were cute. I want to talk to you. But it's better to address it rather than just like let it like linger.
I don't do that. I don't say, hey, I know it's totally fucking weird. I might say like, hey, I don't usually like to do this here in this spot, because she's going to be wanting to look around. And then I'll say, oh, wait, but like nobody notices us. Or else I'll say like, oh, wait, I'll say like, oh, is this weird for you? I'll put it on her. Is this weird for you? And she's like, yes. I'll be like, I'm shocked. Like I would assume like somebody would have stopped you just earlier today. And then typically the girl will come out and say like, well, no one's done it like you, because I'm walking her back through what's going on. Oh yeah, listen, I'm well aware that I just approached you and that like I'm hitting on you. Are you cool with this? Oh, you're not really that comfortable yet? Well, let me take a step back and let you know, like reiterating, this is exactly what's going on. And I'm just surprised that you don't get this more often. I gotta hit the fan because it's like 90 degrees in here.
Like, say you stop the chick and she's just like that, and you're like, what are you up to? And this and that. She's like,
all right, let's go to the next one. This guy's a fucking clown.
she's gonna be like, I gotta go because you didn't address it.
Okay.
Yeah, like he thinks that it's all about objection handling. Like if you don't address something, then like she's gonna go. It's like, no, dude, everything that Rebecca's told us so far in this hour that we sat together having this conversation is that she doesn't care what you fucking say. She doesn't need anything to be addressed. It's better if you're just not addressing it. It's better if you're just letting it flow and letting it go and just being loose with it. This isn't like this game is not an objection handling like play. That's not what we're doing here.
Because he's got way more digging ways than me. How do you deal with like if a chick?
I was gonna say, oh, watch out, he's gonna start throwing boogers at everybody. I was just saying in the last ones, like watching him do these pre-briefs, and it's like, dude, like I hope when we watch video with me and John together that I don't notice that he's like flicking boogers and ear shit on me. But it looked, there was an instance right there, it's coming. But here he's gonna say like, yeah, Ryan's way better at digging than me.
He's gonna be like, I gotta go because you didn't address it.
Okay.
How do you? Because he's got way more digging ways than me. How do you deal with like if a chick? I think you guys came out of different rooms at the same time. How do you? Where were we? How do you deal with?
Yo, Rebecca's fucking. I just like basically said, so Rebecca and I exit the same area, the hallway, and then and then I go, where were we? He says, oh, because you guys both came out of the same spot. Like we were alone, basically. And then he goes, where? I go, where were we? And then Rebecca looks at me with like this fucking devil eye. Like,
I just came out of different rooms at the same time.
I've never seen this. So, ready? He's looking for that. He's looking from her right now for that, tell me you're not into Ryan. And then look at her. Ready? Ready, look.
How do you? Where were we?
I said, where were we? I stuttered, by the way. Where were we? Ready? Oh, yeah, look at this. Yep. There it is. There it was. Boys! Yo, I love this shit. Guys, game is like so fucking natural to me, just like looking over it and talking about it. But it wasn't always this way. Like I spent a lot of time like focusing on this in my life. And I don't think you need to you don't become me. You don't want to be a teacher of this. Like, fuck that. Just like go get good so you can like, master your relationships.
How do you deal with if the chick is like feeling like awkward or like she's like too startled? Like say you like said.
I'm never gonna watch this again, so I want to see it just like one more time.
I think you guys came out of different rooms at the same time. How do you? Where were we? How do you deal with if the chick is like feeling like awkward or like she's like too startled? Like say you like you're like this, and she's like, this is like a common reaction where she's kind of like weirded out that the stranger's stopping her.
Well, dude, that's why like the false time constraint is so important. Because like if that happens to me, and I say the false time constraint, usually she's at ease. But
yo, I forgot that I wasn't gonna have a shirt on. And I have my toothbrush and my underwear in my hand. Oh my god, dude. This is just ridiculous. So embarrassing.
if she's not at ease, then I'll use
I gotta go in a second.
By the way, I don't drink. I was not drinking. I'll have like a drink here and there. I'm not like 100% sober. But no, I was not drunk. I was not like stoned. I was not on any drugs, or there's no reason for me to be this confident with my fucking clothes off like this.
Like I'll be like, yo, listen, I gotta go. I have like 1 minute to talk real quick. And then usually I'll see the same thing happen to the girl. She'll go like being like this to being like, okay. Like she'll give me indicators of interest, like back on her heel, crossed arms, or just like takes your earbud out and is like.
And the reason why she's saying okay in this instance is because she's like, okay, he's aware of that he doesn't want to keep me here. John laughs awkwardly because he's like, I'm almost not imagining it going that way because like it doesn't work like that for him. But because he's never practiced this. But like if you just go up to the girl and say, hey, I got to get going to the thing really quick, but what's your name? See, John just like says like, I want to meet you real quick. I'm Ryan. Or hey, I want to meet you real quick. It's whoa, dude, like chill back. Like you don't meet anyone real quick. So I don't like that line at all. I like, hey, I got to get going to the thing real quick. My name's Ryan. What's your name? And then she's like, okay, cool. He's got to get going to the thing real quick. And if she's still like awkward, and I'll probably mention this, I'll come back with another sort of statement of empathy. I hate to do this, but I'm sure you're busy. I wanted to know what your name is. What's your name? What the fuck's your name? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a little awkward and sometimes there's some tensions there. And tension is definitely the enemy in that initial beginning stages. But yeah, you guys have to practice yourselves. You'll see.
Happily, like, okay, we have a minute. If she still shows me like that fear thing, then I'll say like, hey, I might use a canned line. Either to say like, hey, I just want to stop you. Like you're the most beautiful girl on the side of the street. I would regret it if I didn't stop you for like at least the next like 5 seconds. You know,
guys, like canned lines are really valuable for practicing because like if you can go out, because like listen, I recommend you do like 2 or 3, maybe 4 approaches every day. No more than that. You shouldn't be going out and saying like, I'm going to do 10 approaches. Like that's a lot. So like just do 2 or 3 or 4. But like, if you say like, yo, I'm going to work on just like, I need to overcome approach anxiety. There's nothing wrong with going in and saying like, hey, like I wanted to come say hi. You're the most beautiful girl on the side of the street. But like have a good line. Don't just be like, you're the most beautiful girl in the world, or like you're the most beautiful girl that I've seen. Say like have a good line. So I like to say you're the most beautiful girl on the side of the street. I would, and then she's usually like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, I would have regretted for like the next 2 seconds if I didn't say hi. It's like really undermining my own compliment. You know, it's not like a push pull. It's not really like that. I'm not negging her. I'm just trying to express some self-deprecation that I know that this is a little awkward for me to just, and that I don't know her beauty yet. Look at my hair there, guys. This is so bad. I can't believe that girls were like, this day, I went out and slept with 2 girls. One girl is French and the other girl is, oh, no, I didn't sleep with them. I went out and met them and got their contacts. One girl is like now super famous on Instagram, super, super famous. And she was like a kid, like 18 years old. And then the other girl is just becoming famous on Instagram. And she's like 28 or 29 years old. And she's just, these women are stunning, like stunning. And Miami is nuts, guys. Like it's fucking nuts. And there's a French girl too, but she's just like a regular girl. She's really hot too. But like in one day, like in this day, I didn't shave. I didn't fucking do any of the shit. I just like went out there, talked, and then like, that's it. And I have footage of these conversations too. Not that were meant to be in field, but they sort of are like by happenstance in field. Because during this part of camp, we were actually recording our guys in conversations and then like watching, like going back. This was John. John was supposedly doing this. I don't know if he ever actually fulfilled that aspect of the service. It's neither here nor there. I'm not sure.
Can line like that, or I'd say something like, "Doesn't this?" Or I'd make a can line like, "Hey, does this happen all the time? Like you're a beautiful chick. I'm just trying to say what's up because like I'm attracted to you, you know." Or I might say something like true statement of empathy, which is like, "Hey, I know it's a little strange." Like I'll put my arms up. Hey, I know it's a little strange, but I only got a minute, like I said, so I just want to meet you real quick. Just reiterating the times, false time constraint.
Great. Let's do like a demo really fast.
Okay.
I was about to flick boogers at John right back at him.
Be like, this happens a lot.
Yeah, this is the most frequent thing that's now. At least in the beginning.
That's true.
The most frequent thing now is
be like startled and like
if I'm like
kind of weird out.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I gotta go to the thing real quick, but I just want to talk to you. What's your name? Like I wouldn't even do, like you wouldn't even reach your hand out.
Right,
I wouldn't reach my hand out either.
What do you do when they start to try to walk away? Like so, say you're startled and you try to walk away. That happens a lot too.
Dude, here's where like my mind's stopping because like, yo, if the girl's gonna like legit be like nervous and walk away, like I'm gonna let her walk away. Like I don't know what my response would be here, but like that's what I'm gonna do. Like, you know, guys, like this is a human being, and like you have no idea what's happening in her world. You have no idea what she's been through, where she's at, like what she's up to. Like, so you're not going there like you're not a hunter. Okay. It's not hunting. You're not like going out and fucking hunting. You know, you're simply making a connection. Okay. So it's more like the part where the hunter is like knowing his path and just, he's not really, like I imagine the hunter would like walk the path and see the moose or whatever the fuck and be like, there he is. And in his head, he's like, one day I'm going to fucking eat that thing. But he just keeps walking his path and walking his path. And at first he has to climb through trees to like walk in his path and sees the moose through the trees. But then eventually he has like a path. And then eventually the moose takes the path. And when they meet, it's on his fucking path. So, and that really happens. So, yeah, guys, I really believe that.
I do like what you do with your face. Like I'd be like, really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So if a girl is gonna walk right past you, like this is sort of like a way that I just have. This is like a coping mechanism. Is I'll just be like, really? Like you're really gonna just do this to me? You're gonna walk right past me? And that is just a coping mechanism. It's not necessary. I recommend that you kind of just like chuckle at it. I also think it's pretty funny when I do get blown out that I'll look over at a guy because no one is really paying attention, but people will maybe see it in passing. I'll try to like make it bigger than it is because then you realize like, wow, I didn't melt. I'm still here. Everything's good. I'll look at the guy and then I'll be like, damn, dude, you see that? And a lot of times they'll be like, she cold. She fucking got you, bro. And it's just like, oh shit. Sometimes like you're even like, damn, dude. Or also be like, you got balls, So there's a lot of different, sometimes you're just like, no, dude. And any one of those responses feels so good in that moment to like share it with somebody. So I talked about that yesterday in a video I made. I was like, dude, like take your fucking power back by like talking about your insecurities. So it's like, that's huge. Like you get fucking shut down, turn to this dude next to you and be like, yo, dude, you see that shit? She's hot. And I just try to say hi. And now I'm fucking talking to you. It's fucking just the way it is, guys. It helps a lot to go there.
Like, because it doesn't really happen that much anymore. Because now, like, I'm like dominating the frame, and the girl's like, okay, the false time.
For the newer guys, it's gonna happen a lot.
It's gonna happen all the time, guys.
So you roll in, and then you're not wearing underwear.
No, I'm naked, bro.
All right, so
dude, like he's like, you're not wearing underwear right now. I'm like, no, dude, I'm naked, bro. Because like I'm literally just like wearing my like, oh man, listen, like. If you don't know me, like, like this is legit, guys. Like, this is how it is. Like, there's no fucking two ways about it. Like, if you know me, then you know me. Then you know me.
She rolls in, holding my door. She's got the headphones, and then she's weirded out by the fact you're stopping her.
If she's weirded out,
and then she's gonna walk away.
If she tries to walk by, for example, then I might do like the whole like, hey, let me meet you really quick. I just wanted to, or like I'll do it with the face. The face is the most important thing. Like you said, like if a girl like tries to blow you out and you're just like, well, like this is weird. Like you're being weird. I'm not weird. Then usually the girl feels like, wait, like let me stick in at least.
Yeah, like give her the vibe of you're being weird. I'm not being weird. That's another really good one. So if you approach and she's like, you could be like, is this weird? You're being weird. No, you're being weird. What's weird? You came and talked to me. No, yeah, but then you like went like this. She's like, did I? No, I didn't. That's a lot of what happens too. So guys, like you got to practice this shit. Like this takes like a lot of expression and just like, it helps a lot to like really continue to go back to that mirror and like look at yourself from like outer body experience, sort of like see yourself when you're doing something, interacting with someone, like try and see the ways that they're reacting to you and the ways that you're unreactive, or overly reactive.
Like the next 30 seconds. And again, and like what I do is I'll do the face and I'll go right back to the false time constraint. Hey, listen, like I said, I only have like 30 seconds, so like I'm not gonna fucking spend all day. I'll even say like, I'm not gonna spend all day with you. I got like 30 fucking seconds, but you're hot as fuck, so I just want to meet you.
Yeah, like I'll cut it down real quick. So like if she's like cold rejecting me like that, I'll just be like, hey, listen, like I don't know what your deal is, but I got like 30 fucking seconds. And I just start to like curse and just like be much looser. Listen, I got 30 fucking seconds. I'm just trying to meet you real fucking quick and get on with my way, but whatever. It's not a big deal. Have a good day. And typically, like, if you're to the point where you're saying have a good day, it's over. But again, like, hey, listen, I got to get going to the fucking thing, like I said, but I'm trying to meet you real quick. What's your deal? She might be like, I don't have a deal. All right, cool. What's your fucking name then? Meeting out of that tension can really be a very sexual space to be. There's many instances of just an instant pull for me that came there, especially pulling into a public space. Can I talk about this stuff? Can I go on YouTube and be like, yeah, I fuck in the H&M changing rooms? Can I say that?
The same, I'll just go right back to that. Or statement of empathy. Hey, I know it's a little strange that I stopped you like this, so I only got 30
said I
seconds.
made that face at her before, and she was
Yeah.
And I was like, stop looking.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the key. When you're hooking up in a public place like the H&M fucking changing room, you don't finish there. Okay, I've had that luxury a couple times, but you do the thing and then you get her off, and then you're like, okay, cool, let's go. And she'll be like, no, I want you to finish, and be like, I can't finish in here. What are you, crazy? She's gonna feel really bad, not in a bad way, but be like, oh, wow, that was bad. You're going to get your clothes on. You're going to go directly to the wheelchair or baby family room area where they have a solitary bathroom, the bigger one, and just go in there and then just finish in there. And then when that's done, when you leave there, if anyone gives you shit, then you can just say she has to wipe for me. And then people will be like, okay, cool. I'm not going to ask any more questions. Don't be because it's obvious. You'll step out. This has happened to me. Step out and there's a line of fucking angry adults with their kids with dirty diapers and shit pants. And or just a fucking fat Karen who's just sitting there in her fucking electric chair thing being like, I needed this bathroom. You're okay. What's your handicap? And it's just bro, so anyway, that's really big. The girl's going to be nervous as fuck. Going into that bathroom, you can just say right out, no. We'll tell them that you had to wipe me. I can't wipe. I can't reach behind my back. Shoulders. Bad shoulders.
Yeah. Well, puts girls on the spot.
It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm flicking boogers, and I'm
It's not me.
I'm flicking boogers around. I think there's boogers coming out, and I'm picking my ears and shit. It's my worst nightmare.
Girls never get that face. Girls always give that face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love doing that face.
Always come back to false time constraint. And when you say statement of empathy, you don't want it to be this, you don't want to say this is something that we've both said sometimes, but I don't think it's what we should be saying, is something hey, I know it's a little weird, or hey, I know it's a little strange that I stopped you.
I say that.
Yeah, I know you do, but I don't think you should say that. It's just the Tinder thing of saying in the text, hey, I know it's kind of strange to meet online, but it's I like to make it as if it's not at all strange. So instead of saying that, I'll use statement of empathy hey, I know usually a guy who stops you is trying to sell you something, or hey, I know guys probably stop you all the time. It's
But it's good to address it.
It is good to address. But I'll say hey, I know guys try to stop you all the time. I'll say I know guys try to stop you all the time.
If you ignore the girl being awkward to your approach or startled,
yeah,
then she's gonna blow up.
Yeah, and even if, so here's another really quick tip is there's no need.
Yeah, if you ignore someone being awkward or startled, it's if you just ignore it. Well, okay, so it's not going to necessarily blow out. Sometimes it works because she just needed a quick moment of reprieve to gather herself from the attack that she feels, because that's how a lot of women I think feel. Oh my god, this is I need to find out what he wants right now. I need to find out why he's bad and I shouldn't be talking to him. So they need that quick moment to be okay, cool, it's not that big a deal. So I don't think it's going to just blow out if she's awkward, but I think John's right in the sense that so I don't think you need to address it, but it needs to be face, take a step back, that's a little, I think, more likely to help you than to say, it's strange, I know, which is John's fucking shit method that definitely he has no clue whether it works or not because he's not using it.
Rush into getting her number. Even if you give a false time constraint, I actually...
But in a dating interaction, you should get the number pretty fast.
Yeah,
They're usually
So so I'm about to say that I don't usually recommend that you guys go out and get the number right away. Although as you've heard me, I'm making it clear that when I pick up girls, I'm hey, are you single? That's what I do now. I'm hey, I got to get going to the thing real quick, but are you single? Are you married? She'll be like, what? No, I want your number. Let me get your number. That's what I'm saying now. But I think it's better if instead you create a little bit of a vibe in your game, as it were, and learn how to how much more free you can be Because guys, like in the club, like these conversations don't happen. In the club, you have to like scream in somebody's fucking face. And like I showed you already, you can just be like, fuck you, and like have as high likelihood, if not higher, getting laid than if you go up and say, like, hey, I want to meet you real quick. So
like you want like the best situation, and this is what I aim for in like 100% of my day game interactions, is that the girl's gonna number close me at one point. Like the girl's gonna say, but not in the way of like, I don't want, if a girl's like, okay, what's your number? Like that used to happen to me in game. The girl will be like, okay, what's your number? Because I know she's like, I want to leave. But now, and like sometimes like when you're like going through your phone, you can see the girl's like, oh my God, just get the
yo, this is like a super advanced thing that I picked up on around this time. Probably like, actually, I probably picked up on it when I was living in Chile, which would have been like 2018 or 2017. And it's, you know, when you're reaching into your pocket for your phone, typically what we do is we look down. Anyone who's been around me long enough has heard me say this a million times. But what you do when you're reaching in your pocket for your phone is you look down towards your pocket. You won't look up at her. Look up in her eyes when you're reaching down for your phone, because you're gonna feel in her how she feels, where her buying temperature is in terms of like exchanging numbers or something. So what I'll do is it's like a false flag. I'll reach into my pocket, I'll look her in the eyes, I'll take my phone out, and then I'll show her something on my phone shoulder to shoulder. I won't go right into the number. I won't close the number. I'll be like, yo, check this out. Like I was just getting this fucking crazy app, or yo, like check this out. I just posted this, or like, yo, I'm really proud of this. Like I just did this at the gym, or yo, check this out. Like back then I didn't have many accomplishments. So it'd be like, yo, I studied this on, do you know Duolingo? I study this. Or yo, did you ever see Skyview Light? Like you can see all the fucking planets. I just found this out. And then I just put the phone back in my pocket. And now it's kind of like the whole idea of like bringing her up to your apartment, not having her come in, and then like going back down with her and then re-inviting her back up. So then later, if I go to take my phone out again, or if I say, hey, we should exchange numbers, I've already been there. And then again, same thing. I'm looking her in the eyes, taking the phone out, and now we're just, hey, and I usually will give her my phone on the dial pad. That could be risky depending on how you have your phone set up. Like if typically I just have like constant messages coming through from girls and guys, you know, asking for help with girls. So like it could be a little risky, but depends on what your situation is. Let's see what I say here. I'm not sure. And that's how I get the girl to number close me, because then I show her the thing and I put it away. And a lot of times like she feels let down by the fact that because she's expecting that I'm going to ask her for the number the first time. And then when I don't, it's almost like a soft rejection. And then she'll be like, hey, like, why don't you get my number? Why didn't you get my number? And usually like when we're on a date or something, I'll be like, yo, like, remember when I took my phone out? Like I could totally tell you were crushed. She'll be like, dude, that hurt. So yeah, anyway.
Number and get the fuck out. But like now I'm more like, I'll like do little tricks of the tray where it's like, I'll like reach into my pocket as if I'm looking at my phone. This is a really cute one. I wish I had clothes on. But like the girl will be standing here and I'll reach into my pocket for the phone, you know, because we just met and now I want to close her number. But I'm not going to say to her, like, I was going to have her come stand here. This guy.
Do it. Come here.
Can you come over here for a second? Cool, yeah, bring your phone, that's good. Yeah, so like this is what I'll do. I'll like, here, put my underwear right here, see what's right here. My underwear.
Yo, I'm putting my underwear there. Yo, like I'm telling you guys, like part of me was this way because I didn't want to be ever included on any video footage. That's partly why this decision was made. But it's also equally so that I just don't give a shit. Like, you know, I care a lot more now about how it is that about my character, and so you'll perceive me with a much higher integrity than this now. But like I still like I could give two shits. Like I get comments, guys are like, "Oh, put a shirt on or whatever." It's like, fuck you, dude. Like, what are you watching this video for, you fucking loser? Anyway, so and frankly, I want to see me with no shirt off because I want to like see the progress. Like I want to, guys, like I'm gonna explode on this fucking channel. Like this shit's gonna go nuts. Like, and we're gonna just watch. Like you're gonna look at an old video of me and be like, dude, I can't believe how much you grew from that, because I look at this shit and a lot of you guys like, have been seeing me for a long time, talking to me for a long time. So it's like it's hard to be aware of like how much someone's changed. And I know I shock you guys sometimes that have known me, and it's like you guys are like, damn, like you've changed. And it's like, yeah, motherfucker, let's go. So anyway, that's partly the reasoning behind the no clothes thing. John posted this shit up anyway and used this as footage for his day game masterclass. So fuck that guy.
Dude, take your towel off, bro.
Yo, I would love John to sue me, and then like I could say like, dude, you used my shit in your program, Because like if he tries to sue me for like putting out information that is mine, then like the counter is just going to be nuts, dude. It's going to be fucking nuts. And this is when John just said, dude, take your clothes off and look at Rebecca. Like, been there, done that.
Thanks for your bold.
Here, man. Dude, so like,
And then she looks at my boards and he says that. Dude, she's looking.
Take your towel off, bro. We'll censor your bold.
Here, man. Dude, so like if I have, so my phone will be in my pocket and we're already talking to each other, and like now there's like a certain sense of comfortability, right? What I'll do, and I always do this, is I'll reach for my phone, and you'll notice you do this yourselves. This is like,
yeah, like I can't believe I did this shit without it. Like, this is like am I on the spectrum? Is that what this is proving? Jesus.
like this is gold. When you reach for your phone, you'll see guys doing this. They always look down. You guys all do this. I did this for years. I always look down. And now, yeah, of course, because you're a fucking legend of the game. but you just embody this. Like, you just like espouse this technique.
Yeah.
Like you might not even have it.
Yo, like that made him so happy. Yo, like it's like a fucking it's like having like a kid around. Like, you know, you just like fucking like make them feel good for a second, and then they're just like back on their fucking in their castle.
That's something that I spouse, bro. So like what I'll do, instead of looking down or like haphazardly looking, I'll like lean, like I'll be reaching for my phone, I'll lean into her like this. I'll be looking in her eyes.
And then you'll be like blah blah blah, and that's like impressive.
Yeah, like now.
And that's like impressive, dude. Like she just fucking says it because she's been there. Like she knows what I'm talking about. It's like there's dudes who separate themselves from the fucking peons by when they reach down and they're getting their phone to secure the contact. They look, yo, like use this in your fucking networking, motherfuckers. Like if you're in a fucking meeting with somebody and you're going to like reach into your pocket for something, that's distracting as fuck. It's distracting as fuck. So don't be distracted by it. Don't let them look there. Look into their eyes. When they look there, which they may, it'll tell you something. If you're looking there, you can't see you can't be told shit. So obvious. Anyway, I love Rebecca's just been through it. Like she knows what's up.
To her like this. I'll be looking in her eyes.
And then you'll be like blah blah blah, and that's like impressive.
Yeah, like now. Well, like yeah, exactly. So I'll like lean in like this, and I'll be grabbing my phone out of my pocket, and then I can immediately see like, okay, her body temperature's ready. I can ask her for her number. She's interested. Or like, okay, okay, she's not interested yet. You can read a million things. And like sometimes she'll look down awkwardly. That's what usually happens. She's not ready. So like we look down. I see her look down at my phone. She's like, oh my god, the fucking number close. And then I'll take my phone out and I'll just be like, yo, I gotta show you this real quick. Like this is what I was listening to. Or yo, I'm checking this thing out. Or yo, I'm doing this. Or yo, I'm doing this. And I'll just like now we're like team. Now we're like a team for like a quick second. And I'll make sure like I'm like touching her body with my shoulder, or like then I like put my hand on her and I'm like, yo, look at this. And then I bail out of it and I put my phone back. And now it's like,
oh, he didn't ask me.
Yeah, but now she's like,
dude, she knew what it was. Like she knew exactly what it was. Like this is such a genius. Yo, like if I go down for this is partly why I think these videos are infamous, aside from the fact that I look like such a fucking idiot. But like, yo, like this is some legit shit, like deep psychology, deep behavioral psychology shit that like people, unless you've fucking had this experience before, like how the fuck could you know? Like nobody knows this shit. It's all to do with the cell phone. This is like cutting edge shit. Like should have fucking released this shit 3 years ago, but I'm glad I didn't, because then all you guys would have fucking probably ruined it. And I'm still using this shit. So I just love how Rebecca is just right there. Like she gets it. She's like, oh shit. Like I would have, like, that's really impressive. And then she's like, oh shit, that's, you know, going to make me wonder why didn't you fucking close the number?
Now it's like, oh, he didn't ask me.
Yeah, but now she's like, why didn't you ask me?
That's how I do my kissing. Like, whenever I go for
Okay, so like this is a good way to like do the number close, but it's not a good way to do kissing, guys. You don't want to do kissing in a situation where you're creating like a girl where she's like, oh, I want to prove to him, or I need to validate myself through this action. What the fuck, dude? That's weird as fuck. I don't want that kiss. So yeah, let's hear what he has to say here, I guess.
in the club, I'm like, I'll be like at the bar like this, and I'll be like, damn, like you're actually really hot. We'll call your eyes, and I'll put my hand on the side of their neck. Yeah. And I'll be like, we'll call your eyes, and like if it's on, you'll start making out. If it's not, you didn't lose anything. Yeah, it's the same shit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I'll be like, let me see your eyes, and then she's like, look at me, sexy. So I'll start making out. That's gross. But like,
Well, like, yeah, like,
Dude, he kisses her and then he says, "That's gross." Like, yo, like this guy's got the best game ever.
like show the same thing. But like,
you want to?
no, that's okay. But,
I wouldn't. Like,
no, but like the whole thing about this, the whole thing that I keep reiterating here is
he's pulling me.
about the number close thing is so like I'll take the phone out, I'll do the fucking little game. It's a game. I'll do the little fucking game.
It's a compliance test.
I'll put the phone back.
At the end of the day, it's a compliance test.
Yeah, I'll put the phone back and
You're not.
It's not a compliance test, guys. It's like, why are we looking at it like that? It's not a compliance test. We're not like compliance testers.
You're not like,
Yeah.
hey, can I have your number? And she's like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, okay, now I'm fucked.
and like rather I'm making
And I'm
it
never
seem
like,
like
can
I
I
don't,
kiss? I want to kiss you. Okay, now I'm fucked.
because she knows that I want her number because I've sexualized things, I've polarized things. I'm not here to be her fucking friend, but at the same time, like I'm not asking her for her number. So then almost, I would say like probably like 70% of the time, or maybe 60% of the time, the girl number closes me almost immediately after. Where like then I put my phone away and then we.
I mean, those percentages are just like out of my ass. Like, let's not like hone too much in on that. But I mean, it's happening. It happens very frequently. And like, look at Rebecca's reactions. Like, the girl will feel like, wait a second. And that's not necessarily the best position to put yourself in either, where the girl's like wanting you to have her number, because it's not the number that you want, it's the date. So from that position, then you want to get her to tell you, why do you want my number so bad? Is it just because I didn't want yours? Or do you want my number so bad because you want to see me?
And it's like 20 seconds go by and she's like, yo, can I get your number? Or like she Instagram closes or does some other bullshit, which I'll do what you do usually. I'll deflect it. Be like, nah, let's just exchange numbers.
Yeah, usually the girl will be like, eventually she'll say, well, do you have Instagram? And then I'll usually say like, I usually say like, no. And it's like, I do have it and I'm not trying to lie. I'm happy to share it with her, but I'll say no because I want to put the point across. Like, and I feel that a man needs to commit. A man is meant to be committed, and a woman is meant to be submissive, in like that age-old relationship. And so in this instance of meeting, it's like, I'm going to say, no, I don't want there's no social media exchange going on whatsoever. And if she can submit to like, okay, like, how about the phone number? Then that's great. You never really want to see, like, that isn't a moment where it's like, well, she's telling you how she wants to be pulled. No. She's telling you, she's testing you. She's testing to see how committed you are to this approach. If you're committed, then you want her phone number, then you're going to call her, then you're going to take her out. If you're not committed, then you're down to just get her Facebook or her Instagram, see her by the wayside and hit her up.
So like, now that's like advanced thing, the actual getting her number closed, but it's not an advanced technique to take your phone out of your fucking.
Yo, look at this huge fucking toothbrush I have. Like, I love this toothbrush. I've had that since like the week or 3 weeks before this moment. So I still love that toothbrush, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it right there. This is ridiculous.
So the technique you need to be practicing when you're advanced thing, the actual getting her number closed, but it's not an advanced technique to take your phone out of your fucking pocket. So the technique you need to be practicing when you're taking the phone out is looking at her in her eyes, leaning in and looking at her, feeling it out. And then, yeah, you can number close. And if you're like, okay, she's not interested, you can number close and bail and be like, oh my God, I got out. Yeah, fuck yeah. And she's going to feel the same way. And that's cool too. But better is if you just don't number close and you wait until you're nailing the right numbers down. Like in the nightclub,
yeah, like what I'm saying here is like, essentially if you're just racing for the number close, then you'll get lots of numbers this way and it's not going to get you anywhere. So you're using this phone technique rather, and the quick approach phone technique here, rather to just seek connections. And it's healthiest if you're able to then, because the hardest lesson, I've worked with a couple guys, guy I was just on a call with last week, was telling him like, dude, like you're good at being chit chatty. You're good at like jumping in to the girl in like the line or whatever and saying like, hey, what's up? What are you up to? But you're not good at exiting the conversation in a way that like maintains a sense of intrigue. So it's like, you don't want to like, just like say, let me get your number. Okay, cool. I'll talk to you later. I'll text you. It's much better to be like, all right, cool. Anyway, have a great day. And it's like, wait a second, like what? Or like, cool. Nice meeting you. See you later. And because when you get used to doing that for these girls that you don't really have the connection with, then when you meet that girl, she'll feel that you've done that before. Similar to how like Rebecca can just like finish my sentences here because she can feel, because it's happened before, she can feel that I'm like falling in line to the scripts that she's seen, that she's scrutinized over, right? Because girls have like paid very much closer attention than we have to our words, is at least a fear. That's not really true, but she's certainly been through it, right? We've paid closer attention to the words, but she's been through it enough that it just like becomes like a comfortability thing.
Fucking 20 numbers, and then you fucking follow it up. But in the daytime, like I try to get 5 numbers and actually have 5 solid dates. You know what I mean? Like I don't try to like, I'm not like running text game on 20 girls.
No.
I asked him this question earlier. There's a massive mall close by where I live, and I go to eat lunch all the time.
Cool.
There's always really hot girls sitting down eating lunch.
Oh.
And do you open them and game them the same way as you game them at night? Or do anything different? He says pretty much the same thing except for just trying to sit down within the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, like when I'm with a girl, if she's sitting down, like especially eating lunch, like I'll do the same thing, like the interaction. Yeah, I want to meet you real quick. Like,
Can we like jump down with that?
who are you here with?
You eat lunch.
Dude, let me put clothes on first.
Just sit down. No, 'cause I want them to see a seated set.
Yeah.
Can you like?
Well, I mean, like pretty much.
Let's say she's by herself eating. You're eating. Let me see how you do it.
Yeah, like if she's
Can I
by
sit at
herself
the table
eating,
with these?
Yeah.
if she's by herself eating, I'm gonna make it happen fast as fuck. Like I'm gonna go over there and be like, I'm literally gonna come over. Well, I'm trying to think of how the environment would look, but basically, like you don't want to be like standing like this, like looking over her food with her, where she's looking up at you like this, because her whole face is gonna be like, leave me alone.
I tell guys like sit down within 30 seconds.
Yeah, like pretty
That's
much
a long time, I feel like.
Within 30 seconds.
within, like as quickly as
You don't want him to be like, hello.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You want him to be like, hey, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then after you talk for like 30 seconds, you sit down.
Yeah, you know what? Like, dude, honestly, like, if she's eating food, I'll probably come over and just say, if she's eating, I'll probably come over and then sit down across from her or sit down next to her.
Do it.
And then, dude, I'm wearing a fucking towel, bro.
Cheers.
This is the video where my.
Wait, so you're gonna say before you open her?
Well, I mean, like, look at this table, dude. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, you're never gonna come across a situation like this.
Let's pretend the table's like a square
Like,
table.
normally, like, there would be a seat, like,
Dude, sit towards the end. Pretend it's like a square table right here.
yeah, so like if I see her, so say I see her from here, probably she's on the fucking phone. Probably she has her earbuds in. Probably she's fucking trying
There,
to,
your buzzer?
she's probably watching a fucking TV show or video chatting her friend or whatever.
Probably watching porn.
So like when I come over to her, I'm gonna come directly over to her and I'll just be like, hey, take your earbuds out. Or like hang up the fucking phone. And
Give him some attitude.
What, am
though.
I allowed to sit here?
Yeah, exactly.
No, give him some attitude though. Like, you took your earbuds out. Be like,
She literally gave me attitude, but John like doesn't listen to anybody, so he has to like tell her what to say. But she like was like, "Oh, what am I not allowed to sit here?" Rebecca's fucking clever. She knows what's up.
But usually what I'll say.
And now she's like, "Huh, John's an idiot." All right, we're making our way, guys. So we're up to the seated portion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of these to go. Let me see where we're at in this. How long have we been doing this for? What the fuck? What is 69mega.com? How do we get them the fuck out of here? Cool, guys. I love you guys. I'm going to try to catch up with these real quick and see some of these comments. Then we're just going to keep going. Should we just keep going, I guess? We'll finish this up and then we'll go over another one tomorrow. I believe tomorrow. Last line I read, I was laughing my ass off about this. Is fucking funny. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is interesting because yeah. Yo, but Hocus Pocus, dude, like he doesn't have 173 because they're all fake, bro. See, look, like it's fake, dude. Oh wait, what do you mean? See, look, I'm not sharing, dudes. This is fake. Like, so I don't really understand like how anyone can like. It's still 173. We've been on here for fucking how long? It hasn't gone up by 1 subscribers. 173. How does this like? Are you kidding me? Like it should be going up, right? So probably his real actual subscribers are like none, dude. Live subscriber count 173. His subscribers are probably like 10,000. He just buys 2. He had 171 in my last one. He bought 2K here. He's gonna buy 2K more. He's probably like on like a bot or something. It's fucking bullshit, dude. He's just like going up to 1 million with like nonsense. He's just pouring guys' money into it. So it's all fake, dude. The followers, the numbers, it's all fake. So I don't agree with you, Hocus Pocus. I think the reality is imagine if we hit 100 fucking thousand subscribers with a community like this. Like, imagine what that would actually represent. You know, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think I think having, 20 or 30,000 is like really, I think frankly, it would make sense that you guys would like jump in and then like unfollow at a certain time when, you have other shit going on in your life. And I think my coaching is a little bit more to do with like fathers and shit even. So I think there's like certain things that I talk about, like, which we'll get to eventually, that relate to people who are in different phases of their life. But like the whole pickup thing that I'm after, that I'll teach you guys about, is like, yeah, I mean, it's not something that you should just be following forever. And that's why I'm going to create a community for us to like kind of come back to, so we can kind of like keep in touch with each other, because you shouldn't really spend all this time like watching these things. It's not good. Yeah, they're all fake, dude. Yep, exactly. Yeah, dude, it's so dumb, bro. His tattoo looks like fucking shit. What a loser. Yeah, man, exactly, Hocus Pocus. But like, can you blame them? Like, this is just the nature of scams, dude. So like, yeah, like it's crazy, bro. Like and you know what's funny is like my channel is like so new, and I have so many people like hitting me up like with offers to sell followers, to like do shit in the background that just like is just not to our best interests, not to your best interest, that's for sure, but not to mine either. So, like John took the shortcut. He's taking shortcuts all throughout, and that's just not the way. Yeah, I mean, like anyone dumb enough to pay that loon deserves to get ripped off. I don't disagree with that. Anyone dumb enough got what they paid for, but the word deserves I don't really like, because I think he preys on people who have certain like learning disabilities, as well as like are in a certain spot in their life. So he's really taking advantage in a big way. Now, if by deserves what you mean is deserves to learn that lesson, I agree with that. And I learned it too. I didn't give him shit, but I just gave him a shit ton of my time and all my fucking values that I had at that time. I just threw out the window for this fucking asshole. Yeah, I mean, he can't even count. I love this. Dude, you've said this phrase before, and I love this phrase. Yeah, dude, for real. Yeah, man, his testimonials are fake. We went over that in another one of my streams. Like, his testimonials are just straight up fake. Like, I have a bunch of guys who want to come on and like talk about that, but I kind of told him, like, if you won't show your face, then what's the point? You're just a voice. So how does anyone know that you are that guy? Yeah, it's funny because like this does happen where John will be like, "Yeah, I'm famous, blah blah blah." We were at Hooters the very first night I met John. We went to Hooters, which right away I'm like, "Dude, why are we going to Hooters, bro?" And he's like, "I want to show you. I can pick up girls at Hooters." So we go to Hooters, and he just basically like fucking makes the whole place awkward and tells everyone he's a famous DJ. This is in Vegas, and he's opening for Steve Aoki, and yeah, they're like, "What's your fucking SoundCloud and shit?" And he gives him one, and then like later, the one girl who I connected with, she's like, "No, dude, like that's bullshit. Like that guy's such a liar. Like why? Like doesn't he know? Like we're just like complimenting him and saying that's cool for money." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he doesn't know. I know he doesn't know." Where's my infield? I have a couple infield videos. Maybe I'll share them. Maybe I won't. I'm not really that interested. A couple guys who have been asking me to film more infields too, and I'm on the fence about it. It's not really my thing, dude. I don't think there's any need to like provide that. I think in reality, you'll see if you want to see me on dates, if you want to see me doing some cold approach, you can check out my Instagram. I post some shit there randomly, but like in the stories. But nah, dude, I won't. I don't really have infield yet. I mean, I do have a few things, but we'll see. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. He's like talks about this like anti-aging shit. Paolo, way to go, buddy. It's all right. You know what's funny about it is like you're in a better place, brother. Yep, no game. We're just going through these real quick, and then I'll finish these videos. We're about to talk about what to do when we're seated down. These are, I guess these comments are like 40 fucking minutes old, so maybe I should move on. Yeah, and like just like Mr. Craft saying here, like the way I exactly. So like, say you see like the hot ass chick at the gym, just like go over and say like, hey, what's up? I just want to meet you real quick, and my name's Ryan, and pounder. I mean, and like fist pounder. Or hey, what are you working on? Yeah, you look good. My name's Ryan. Boom. And then move on and have long view. And what I really wanted to get at is kind of similar to what he's saying here is like, just go up to the girl who's working behind the desk, just say hi to her every day, get her name, eventually say, cool. So like, tell me about yourself. Like, do you like to train too? You just work here. Ha ha. That's it. It's getting that conversation that you have every day. Cause now when I wake up, I go to the gym, I'm there at 4 a.m., 4:30, and I see the same person. Right now it's a dude, but it was a girl for a long ass time. And it's just like, yo, what's up, girl? And that's just what a great way to start my day. You know what I mean? As I spit all over my electronics here. What's up, QB? Welcome to the channel, brother. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know about all that. I don't really follow your math. I don't know. I don't really get the whole. He just copied and pasted that whole idea from sales, dude. Deepak dating Deepak Wayne. Is this the same guy? I guess I saw Deepak in here. I don't know if he's the same guy as that guy. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. You can't even stop lying. I know. Doug Fist, you bring this up every fucking chat. I love it. Yo, if you guys haven't seen this video where John's like dancing on this, it's not just an old man. That's a smelly, piss fucking covered homeless dude. Oh, here you go. Dude, I hadn't thought of that. I did think if he was aroused because he kept mentioning it. But I think it wasn't arousal. I think it was more of a he felt threatened. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yep. Yep, exactly, bro. You nailed it. It's always good to read the way it's like reiterated back to me in your words, Yeah, dude, it's brutal. It's not real. Well, wait. If Bob Tob, I had a largest channel for 300K subscribers. When things were going up, my subscriber growth was super consistent, like 400 people a day. So social blade stuff isn't evidence for me, for real. I don't really know what you mean. I mean, like if this stays at 173 for like 10 days, and then goes up by 2K, bro. Dude, like, check this out real quick, Bob Tob. If this live subscriber count, just because like I've seen other channels, like they go up like every fucking, like they're like going up, Let's look at mine. What is my channel called? Nature Boy Nurture Show? Fuck yeah, baby. Okay, subscribers. It's like going down. 431. So like, will this change? Somebody go click subscribe. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, see, like it shows like, what? I'm losing subscribers. No, I'm just kidding. But like it shows This pissed me off because we had our 420 subscriber celebration, and then like 2 days later, I like turned it on. It was like 419. I was like, "Fuck!" I spoke too soon. No, but yeah. I mean, like this goes up by 1. Is that because my subscriber count is so low, or what? Like, I don't think so, dude. I think like this should be going up. This is John Anthony's. I think this should be going up like by numbers. It's not just going up by 2K every fucking whenever he feels like buying it. See what I mean? So I mean the yearly estimate growth is 96,000, bro. But he has 0 per day, but he's at it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, so I don't know, dude. Did we lose one or did we gain one? I forget. Yeah, we gained one. See, somebody did it. See, it's here. The evidence is fucking here. Now, somebody go to John Anthony Lifestyles channel and unsubscribe. I mean, we need like probably like what, like 1,000 people to unsubscribe. Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, dude, exactly. He can lurk. I don't give a shit. Bring it on, dude. Let's go. What do you guys think? He's actually lurking though? Block this fucking asshole bot. Yeah, dude, exactly. Like, he's not sued anybody. He's not sued anybody. Bro, you need to get Liz and a cowgirl. I don't know what that means, but I do have a feeling that that Liz and I are going to be meeting at some point in a very, maybe a scandalous manner. Who knows? I liked Liz when we used to talk when John used to call me from down there and like he'd like put Liz on the phone and shit. I liked Liz, but now I think she's just a scumbag like he is, just running his fucking bullshit scam. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm just posting this as it is. Yeah, I'll share what Rebecca said about John later when we go over Rebecca. I have a whole section of text between us and stuff. John's clients pay their master to learn how to pick up chicks while their master uses yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Scroll up, read older comments. Okay, cool. That just happened. Exactly, dude. It was like, but that probably wasn't even real, bro. Like, I don't think that was real. I don't think that was real when he started. I believe now maybe he has 10K because of like the social proof that he's got. But yeah, dude. We don't have to go there. You guys can see it, but it's true. I showed it earlier in the stream. Right. You said that before. Yeah, the infields, all the dude, the infields are just pathetic. Yeah. Yeah. I gained one. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see what is up with Weed Waffles. Transformers all over the place. We know he includes trans. Yeah, exactly. The 10K was fake. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he's actually at, but let's keep going. Let's watch the rest of these. Let's have a race between our fucking channels. Who's going to reach 1 million first, me or John? John's going to buy 2K every week, and I'm just going to release the information that I've got. Okay, I'll cover this real quick. How did I meet Liz? I didn't meet Liz in person. John picked up Liz on seeking arrangements when he went down to Brazil. Then he may have actually met her on Tinder, but I believe it was seeking arrangements. I wasn't there to verify that, but I'm like 99.99% sure it was seeking arrangements. And I have a bunch of texts from him, so that actually might be evident in the text, but I have to read it. I'm actually like organizing a shit ton of texts between us that include conversations about Liz and things. Anyway, so Liz, she and I would just talk every now and then when John would call me up on the phone just to like talk with me about, we'd catch up about his sobriety. We talk about, you know, like general health issues. Like he'd ask how my dad was and tell me that he had like some plan to like save my dad's life. And, you know, we'd go back and forth about like gym goals that we had, talking about like, you know, our leg counts and like, cause that's what he wants to talk about. Like, where's my leg count at? Like how many girls have I been with? What's my rotation? These are things that I'm nonplussed by, frankly, but I would entertain it with him, you know, a bit, kind of wanting to keep him close, you know, keep your enemies close kind of idea. He thought we were friends the whole time, which is crazy. And it's hilarious. It's sad actually when I look back on it to see how much I manipulated him and to see like how like fucked up I was, that I could like bring this dude in under my wing, help him as much as I did. And then it's pretty much a rug pull, you know, but just like it was mentioned before, like this one he deserves. So yeah. Let's fucking do this. Save this shit, clip this shit, spread this shit around. Like, let's not, again, you don't have to like save shit of me coaching or like promote my coaching so much. I think we'll do fine, but it's a good idea to spread the John shit around. We got to get the shit out there. Cool. Send me more comments. We're going to run this back and we're going to watch the rest of this one. And then we'll see. I'm going to try to like let it run a little quicker this time because yeah, you guys know me.
In this instance, I'll be like, get off the fucking phone. And then usually,
Yo, like that's how I talk to people. Like I literally, that's like what I do. I'm like, get off the fucking phone.
You do that during the date?
yeah, I'll be like, get off the fucking phone. And then usually the girl gives me shit right away. Usually she gives me shit right away. And she's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You know, like talk about objection handling. Like if that's really the way that you look at it, then this is how you want to treat it, right? And like there is an objection to just like interrupting somebody's lunch. So like if it's lunch that I'm interrupting, I'm gonna say like, get off your fucking phone. If it's a nightclub situation, I'm interrupting like a party, obviously, like a group, I'm gonna say, who the fuck are you? So it's very like confrontational because like, yeah, I'm interrupting. Now, I don't recommend this for everybody, but it's just part of my game. And I think it's something you do want to kind of develop. If your approach is already standoffish, you want to develop more on the side of like statements of empathy. Probably your approach is, you know, a little bit uncalibrated. So you're going to have to work on both. But if, for instance, your approach is more soft and like you're good at being chit chatty, like the guy I was talking to a couple days ago, dude, if you're watching this shit, you should be able to go up to a girl and be like, damn, girl, like, fuck, you know, like, or like, shut the fuck up and listen to me kind of deal.
Like, who are you? And then she's just like, what is happening? And I'm just like, I want to meet you real quick and run. And then she's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, yeah. Like,
really quick to explain it. There's emotional spikes and there's emotional flatlines. So I want to like emotional spike because then she's going to say, who the fuck are you? And I'm going to be like, who are you? And there's emotional spike. And then it's like, I just want to meet you real quick. And that's a flatline. See, because if you approach and you say, I just want to meet you real quick, and that's your emotional spike, then where is it going to go? That's not really a spike. It shouldn't be. That's where the awkwardness comes out of, is like, it feels like it's an emotional spike because of the confrontational aspect to just interrupting. So make it confrontational almost.
who are you here with? She's like, I'm at lunch by myself.
You can ask that other man,
She doesn't say by herself, because then she says like, because if I say like, what are you doing? Then like she's like trying to put it all together. I'm getting lunch, which means I want to be alone. I'm by myself, which means I'm in a vulnerable position.
All right, so just like do it from the beginning. So
I come over and I'll be like,
Yo, there's no such thing as just like in a situation like this, just like doing it from the beginning. Like you can't just show from start to finish with somebody who's like not an actress and has no real, I mean, she's doing a great job, but like, yeah, I mean, just a stupid idea. Like in reality, like we already went over it all. I've already reiterated it again and again. There's definitely some new things coming out, but dudes, like once we got out into the street and started to do it, it just all of a sudden I think it opens up. So I don't run programs like this. This is not my style. This is John's program. And yeah, it's fucking trash. So I appreciate that you guys like find some gems in like the things I've said. And like, I think there really are some, and I worked my fucking ass off on like coaching these things and having like the right words for this. But don't let this be like the epitome of me, or come anywhere near, I think, like summarizing what it's like to be coached by me today.
I'll be like, yo, get off your fucking phone. And then she'll say, what the fuck? I'll say, who the fuck are you?
No, don't act it out. Like do it for real.
It's hard to, right? So I come over, I'm like, hey, get off your fucking phone.
Excuse me?
Yeah, get off your fucking phone.
What the fuck did you say to me?
I said, get off your fucking phone.
Why?
I want to make sure that it's your name.
I'm right back.
Cool, Rebecca. What are you just eating dinner here?
Yeah.
Cool, who are you here with?
Nobody.
Nobody? Yeah, that's weird, let's go. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, if a girl's like, she sounds down, bro. She's like,
No,
nobody.
No, I thought I was trying to.
Yo, it's really hard to like act out shit when you're just like naked with girl that like you've known for like in the way that I've known her for as long as I've known her. So
Usually this is what I'll do. Usually if the girl's like, usually this is what I'll do. Before I sit down, I'll make the suggestion that we fucking leave. You know, I'll usually be like, well, I'll do the false honesty. I'll be like, yo, well, like I gotta go to the
a whole bunch of food.
Yeah. I'll be like, yo, I gotta go to the thing over there. I know your food's gonna get cold. Let's take it with us. And if she's like, I'm gonna eat right here, I'll be like, can I sit down for a minute? If she's like, no, then I'll be like, all right, cool, fuck you. And I'll do this. I'll do like a hard walk away. I'll be like, all right, no, just kidding. What's your name? You know, like
That's funny.
I'll like try to explode it in the day, and once it explodes, and I realize like this is where most guys walk away. I'll walk away, and then she's like, fully plan. And I'll immediately turn back around and be like, okay, just kidding. Like my mom raised, I'll literally have canned lines. My mom raised me better than this. Like, what's your name? Do you mind if I sit like a gentleman? And then we'll talk for like 2 or 3 minutes. Like,
my mom raised me better than this. What's your name? Do you mind if I sit like a gentleman?
and yeah, that's all in the first 30
All right,
seconds.
so that's it.
Dude, I'm fucking naked, bro. It's weird. So I'll sit with her.
So Ryan, did you ask her, can I sit down? So you just said that.
Yeah, like I'll ask her if I can sit down if I blew it up and came back. But if I didn't, I'll just fucking sit down. When I sit down, if she's like almost every time, the girl's gonna be like, oh fuck, she's ruining my fucking lunch. She sat down, and then I'll reiterate the false alarm constraint. I'll be like, yo, like, I don't want to fucking bother you. Like, I know we're not shaking hands, I'm pointing at food. But I'll be like, yo, like I don't want to bother you. Exactly. I'll be like, I don't want to bother you. Like, you're obviously eating, and like, I'm not gonna eat that fucking garbage. I always do that kind of shit. I'll be like, this place is fucking dump. So
Yeah, like I always do. I always will go in and be like, "What are you eating?" Or be like, "Oh, this place is a fucking dump. Let's get out of here." Like, we'll be in like the Bellagio. We'll be in like some like, you know, I've been in like some places in like the Bahamas or like some like really a resort-y sort of places in Hong Kong, even just like, oh, this place is a dump. You know what I mean? Like right away, Macau and shit. And that plays out so well. Like everyone else is like, oh, did you see that? Oh my God, it's beautiful. Like, dude, just like play it out differently. Same thing when I go into like, when you want to go pick up like hired gun or whatever, I go into like a Hooters or whatever. They're like, cool. Like, do you come here a lot? I'm like, nah, dude, this place is a fucking dump. You know, or like if it's a strip club, they're like, oh, cool. Have you been here before? Nah, dude, this place is a fucking dump. So like, you know, because John wants to like promote to not be in the buyer frame by basically saying, I'm not that guy. But like I say it by saying like, I don't even enter this fucking space. Like he tries to say like, I'm so used to this space that you're not going to get any money from me. I try to say more like, I'm not used to this shit at all. Stay away. So like strippers for me, I think they believe I'm like a conquest. Like they got me. I'm a guy but for John, I think a stripper that sleeps with him, I think is more like, oh, well, he fucks strippers. So I can just like be toxic around him.
you want to get out of here?
You said you were one friend always says that.
Yeah, I stole that from him.
Yeah, I stole that from one of my best buddies, older buddy. When we go out, he's literally just always like, this place is a dump. Like he screams it like loud to like, and he's like a huge guy. So he'll say that and everyone will be like, holy shit, but he'll have like this goofy smile on, you know? Because like obviously guys like don't go in and be like, this place is a fucking dump and actually mean it, and then like have like the staff be like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, that's what I'll do. I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, yo, like I know you only have like a couple minutes. I know you want to eat your food. Like you probably want to eat in front of me and shit. You probably like terrible when you do that. So like, I'm gonna get out of here, but I really want to see you again. And this place is done. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like I'm getting her to want to leave.
Like,
she's not gonna leave. Like
tell the story about your friend in the strip club though.
My friend does this everywhere he goes. He pulls just with this one line. Everywhere he goes, he's just like, he goes into a fucking strip club. And this is like a top notch, like it's like fucking Spearmint Rhino and shit. He goes in, he just gets in there, and he's like, this place is a fucking dump. And like chicks, like the bouncers are like, what the fuck? And then like he's walking through, he's just like, this place is a fucking dump. Fucking hate this place. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Is that the dude that says Michael Jordan?
No, dude, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. But they're just so similar. But he'll be like, this place is fuck. He'll keep saying it, and at first people hate him. Like everywhere he goes, people hate him. Dude, we'll be at like Olive Garden for like a birthday party for like his aunt or some shit, and he'll be like, this place is a fucking dump. These breadsticks are fucking or wood, you know, like hit the table with him. He always does shit like around the same mode, of like this place is a dump, and then people come around to him.
Yo, like it's hilarious. Like he literally is at Olive Garden, just like this place is a dump, like to his grandma. But then like the waitress comes over and is just like, it's so funny, dude. This guy, it's just genius. Like you want to take the person you are and like try and just really embody that person. For him, that's who he is. And you want to see friends who like are enjoying themselves being their embodiment there, and then like sort of try that on, you know, and practice that language. It doesn't mean you want to become that. It's not faking it to make it. But you definitely want to try on different sort of like vibes or modes.
People are like, oh shit, this guy's hilarious. Because like he's not a dumb. It's like he doesn't actually think he's dumb. It's the same thing when I sit down with her. I'm like, yo, what are you eating? Oh, that's fucking garbage. Just get the fuck out of here. It's like I'm trying to give her plausible deniability that like we should leave because I have something better going on. But like we're gonna take the food.
How do you do it? Like show them like say she's like, no, I have an appointment right after this. What do you do at that point? Like if they're like hard block logistics.
It depends. Like usually the first thing I do, if she's like, I have an appointment after this, I'll say to her, cancel that shit. That's the first thing I always say. Cancel your fucking. She'll be like, no, it's like with my mom. It's like with my friend. I've never seen. I've canceled on her a million times. I'm like, fuck your friend. Like everything to me is always in the frame of like the world revolves around me.
Well, let's say she's hard objecting, saying like she can't come.
Yeah. So like now I'm a little looser with this. Like if I'm in like my pickup culture mindset of just like trying to get laid, I'm just gonna be like, fuck your friend, ditch your friend, fuck that, fuck this, let's go, come with me. But now I'm a lot looser with it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, like I'll want to investigate it a bit and vet her better. Cool, like why haven't you seen your friend for so long? You said you haven't seen her. Oh well, you're not too busy for friends, right? You know, like I'll actually put it on her. Be like, dude, what's your deal? Because I'm looking for red flags. Back then, I was the red flag. I was a walking red flag. So I was coming up to girls just, fuck you, fuck that, fuck this, let's go. It works, but you want to like kind of take your time learning that, like navigating that space. You don't want to just become this and then just get stuck there.
She's like, I can't come, then that's when I will do the false number close. Because now I
What do you mean false?
like I'm pretending, like I'm like, okay, I reach towards my phone.
Oh,
like if she's like, I can't come, like if we're sitting down, she's like, yeah, I can't do anything with you, fuck off. Then I'm basically just gonna be like, all right, cool. Like I said, I gotta go to the thing, but I'll take out my phone, and then I'll feel it out. And if she's ready and if a lot of times I'm number closing and bailing, and it doesn't work. That happens all the time, right? Like it's not 100% of the time it's gonna work. But by doing the false number close thing, where I take the fucking phone out, I can see, okay, she's actually interested in me. Usually, like you don't want to get the number, you want to get the date.
Yo, I'm so scared my nuts are gonna come out, and this is gonna be on like live TV or wherever we're at. 13 guys watching or something. I bet my subscriber count will go down real fast.
Get hurt. So like, even if I do the false number close and she is interested, I'll still not give her my number because I still want it because I know that that's gonna work.
But I want them to see the number close scenario. It's gonna happen a lot because a lot of times girls are busy during the day.
Yeah, so I'll be like, cool. So like when all
right, so I should have probably watched all this before I showed it to you guys, but fuck that. I don't have time for that. That's why we're reacting to it together. Let's keep going. We're making our way, guys. 4 more left here. And then I have like, just to show you guys, like I've got a lot more to show, obviously, and we're going to just, I don't need to explain it. You guys know. You guys know what the fuck's up.
literally use like text team style stuff, like when you free afternoon or night. Like what?
Okay, so I know.
Like usually I'll find out at one point or another. Like so one thing I do is like I'll leave the 10% of the questions that are most obvious to her. This is something I think we different. Like I won't.
This is actually another very advanced thing. I think that when you understand it, it really works. And it's like the opposite of what John does. And I'll just let myself explain it and I'll add in any details. Guys, I'm going to put videos out of like what I'm going to take all these like strategies that I use, like mindsets and words, even like canned lines, even, and just create my own content around them I mean, I already have, but I'm going to go out here and make videos like this, more succinct lessons, like 4-minute videos that are like lessons on something, just like this, but it'll be less discursive and just a lot more like, practical, so you can take it, and use it. But this is an interesting point that I'm going to make here, I think, which is to say, imagine there's like, you have like the 100% of any conversation, verbal conversation, it's so easy. Like, that say 10% of it is going to be like, where do you work? How old are you? Like, what type of music do you like? Like, when's your birthday? Do you have siblings? Where are you from? These questions are very, very easy. So I count those 10%, like small talk type questions, as 10%. And what I do is I let the girl have those. So when I want to say, like, where are you from? I don't ask. I let her. And, if you ask, like, how old are you? She's going to say, guess. If you ask, where are you from? She's going to say, guess. There are moments in game where I get caught up and I say, where are you from? And she says, guess. And then I guess. I've traveled a lot. Or, well, how old are you? Guess. I've been around a lot. So I'm pretty good at guessing. If you're not good at guessing, you're going to look like a fucking clown. And I know that because that was me before I got good at it. Now, you could practice getting good at guessing, or you can just avoid that altogether. And I think it's much more suave and clever to avoid it. And not only that, but it's also more generous or charitable to her, because you're giving her then those 10% of questions, which makes it a lot easier then to have for her to converse with you. Because then and it's also easier for you to answer her conversation points. Because instead of you saying, hey, where are you from? And then her saying, I'm from here. What about you? And then you say, oh, I'm from here too. Now it's your turn to speak. You can say something like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And she can say, blah, blah, blah. And you can say, yeah, this place is a dump. Anyway, what are you up to? I'm shopping. Yeah, me too. And then and then she can have the space to say, how old are you? And then you can say, guess if you want. But I would normally just say, like, fucking 33. But it depends.
Really use like texting style stuff, like when you free afternoon or night. Like what?
Okay, so act up.
Like usually I'll find out at one point or another. Like so one thing I do is like I'll leave the 10% of the questions that are most obvious to her. This is something I think we different. Like I won't ask her what she does or what her job is. I'll let her ask me, and then I'll ask her like, so when are you free? So she'll be like, what do you do? And then I'll just be like, yeah, I fucking work at 7-Eleven. I got that shit going on.
They ask me that shit too.
Yeah, right. They'll ask you, or you. But I know you'll ask them. I'll never ask them. And so she'll ask me like, what do you do? And I'll literally be like, who gives a fuck? What do you do? And then she'll be like,
oh, okay, strip clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, what's your name? I'm like, who gives a shit?
What's your name? She's like, yeah.
And then like immediately like snapped out of it because every other dude's like, oh, Michael.
Yeah, exactly. So like when she asks, what do I do? I'm always just like, who gives a fuck? When are you free? And then she's like, well, she'll be like, well, I work out.
Like, okay, so tell me you're like hard busy, like you can't meet right now. And then what would you do? So tell him he's asking to meet, and then she'll tell you she's busy.
In this situation, I'd probably like take my phone out for the second time and then just like put it on the table or like hand it to her.
Okay, so
I won't even say like, can I get
go through it?
I knew this stripper once who used to literally, because she didn't speak English well, she'd get guys to go for dances like that. She would never say anything. She'd just grab them and they'd resist and she'd just pull them. Yeah. And it worked like 80% of the time.
The one day in Vegas.
Dude, it's hilarious to me that like Rebecca's comparing me with like her like boss bitch stripper friend. Like that's where it's coming from. Like you have to like sort of understand that female mindset. Like it really helps,
For 2 days in Vegas, I didn't have a voice. Like I couldn't speak. So I was just like pulling girls like around the club like a fucking puppeteer. Like I was literally just like going up to them and taking my phone out and Google Translate and being like, I lost my voice. And
so like,
oh, this.
Do it this, be like, let's get the fuck out of here, and then you're like, no, I have an appointment.
Yeah, if I'm like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here, this place is fucking dumb. And you're like, no, I have an appointment. I say, cancel that fucking shit.
No.
You're right, you have terrible teeth. You gotta let's fucking exchange numbers and make a plan after.
Okay.
Once we're all fucking cleaned up. Like I'm constantly putting girls down. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like it works because the girl knows I'm kidding. It works because the girl knows I'm kidding. You know what I mean?
Like if the girl has terrible teeth, then like definitely don't say that. See, like this is something about negging, right? Like if like you're actually noticing she has bad teeth and then you say like you have terrible teeth, that's fucked up, dude. But if like she's like, I got to go to the dentist, and she has like gorgeous smile, and they're like, yeah, because you have terrible teeth.
Your teeth are nasty.
Yeah, like if your teeth were like all yellow and shit, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? But you have like beautiful white teeth, so I'm like, yeah, like your teeth are fucking gross. Like that's fucking.
All right, so then okay, so
or like this
take
meal's
your
fucking
phone.
gross.
You know, just show me the whole process. I just wanted to see, like, so how do you set the fucking plan? How do you set the plans for the frame for the meetup? Take your phone. Like, where's your phone?
Dude, my phone is in my pants in my room.
And dude, like he keeps like saying, how do you set the frame for the meetup? It's like, dude, like that's not what you do. Like you don't set the frame for the meetup. You just get to know somebody, and then naturally when you get their number, it's assumed that you're going to reach out to them with the intention of getting together. Like you don't need to like plant the seed. Like it'll happen in the conversation naturally. Just listen and have fucking cool, fun things you're up to.
Just pretend anything's a phone.
Business.
It's for my camera, bro.
It's like
It's my camera dildo.
all right, so basically what I'll do is I'll take out the phone and I'll give it to her, and then as she's putting her number in, a lot of times the girl will be like, what is this? What's happening?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just be like, yeah, like I'll hit you up later. I'll just be like, I'll hit you up
Isn't it
later.
so funny?
Yeah, it's so funny. We all go through the same experiences.
Girls are so funny.
So she'll be like, what is this? She'll like be already putting her number in, and she'll be like, what is this? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up later when you free. And then she says when she's free, and then I'm like, cool. And then like one of the tests I'll do is like she'll have her
Do you
name.
have exact plans?
Yep. So like
This is really important.
ideally I already set up the plans.
Okay, so just like do it, because I want them to see this.
Well, it's hard to do it in this fucking order, you know. But basically, we're sitting down. I found out
No, but
she's
just do it, like do it in a real interaction.
okay. So you have an appointment later, right?
Yeah,
Fuck your appointment. Come meet up with me.
I can't do that. Like I would need to be there.
Okay. As she's saying that, I'm giving her my phone. So now she's absentmindedly taking the phone, and then she's probably like, what the fuck?
What should I do with this?
Are you fucking? I gotta be there. Are you fucking retarded? Put your number in, and then I fuck you on Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, but like,
No, like, do it for real. Be like, okay, so when are you free? That's what you're gonna say, right?
yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I usually offer two options. I'd either say when you free, in which case the girl will either say she's fucking busy all the time, which isn't good, or else she'd give me a time. Or I'd say something like, what I think's better, a stronger thing to say is, like, are you free in the afternoon or evening? What days?
Yeah, like guys, like if you're into business, if you're making connections with people, you're never going to really say like, so when are you free? That just implies like a bunch of lower value. And it's just insensitive, because it's basically forcing them to make a lot of decisions for the group, for you and them. So yeah, like John does this, I guess. When are you free? Like, dude, like, so he doesn't get it. In reality, it's like, bro, I've already arrived at the scene. I've already looked at her. So I understand like what age bracket she's in. I understand like what time it is and where we are. So like whether she's at work or not, I can probably figure out pretty quickly whether she's a student or at work or what her lifestyle is like based on those just fucking looking, you know, asking like, cool. So like, what are you studying as one of the first things I'll ask to get her age essentially and understand like, oh no, I'm out of school. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm a biology major. Okay, sick. Once you know that, then you know like, okay, well, she's free right now. Like, so if it's 11 in the afternoon, it's like, okay, well, her late morning, like after early afternoon is free on this day. And she already told me she made an appointment for later today. So her day's free, unless that appointment's a regular appointment that she has to get to, which if it's teeth cleaning, like she said, she's fucking free. So I don't know what John's asking me to fucking do here. It doesn't make any sense. If he just listened to what the fuck his fucking girlfriend was saying during an example, obviously, but still. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, because I think a lot of you guys get stuck with like, no, but really, like, what do you say? It's like, bro, she told you she has a fucking dentist appointment today and she's been chilling at the mall in the morning. So today's a good day. So morning time on this day is good. Maybe afternoon on this day is good too. You know, so hit her up or look to make a plan in the morning. So mention to her, yo, like, how about like next Tuesday at this time we meet up here and get lunch? Simple enough. Let me get your number. I'll hit you up during the week.
That's for you. I have time on Monday and Tuesday.
So I'm up as soon as possible.
Yeah, like right, like today. What day is it today? Monday. So I'd be like, when are you free? I'm usually free.
You met him today. When are you free? Tell him.
Ask him when he's free.
No, tell them when you're free.
Friday night.
Cool. Well, I usually don't make plans more than 8 hours in advance, but for this unique situation, I think I can make an exception. You know, like that's a can line that I use a lot. Like,
Yeah, I use that line a lot. It's like when like if like she's like, I'm like, yo, like cancel your appointment. She's like, no. And then I'm like, fucking fine. When are you free? Like tomorrow, the next day? And she's like, I can meet in 2 days. Like I can meet tomorrow at this time. I'll be like, all right. Like I usually don't make plans more than 8 hours in advance, but for this, I can make an exception. And like the reason why that displays such high value is because like motherfuckers, like my shit's planned out like crazy. It's planned out like crazy. So like that I say that is just like a joke. It's like kind of like I'm like the alignment's there. I'm saying like, but at the same time, I'm trying to make it clear, like, yo, like I'm making time for you.
I make plans more than 8 hours in advance, but for this, I'll make an exception. Because the girls usually not going to make plans for you within the 8 hours. It makes it seem like you're like a super busy, super purposeful, super like high value guy. Even though it's actually the opposite. If you don't make plans 8 hours in advance, like you got to get your life together, bro. You know,
Yeah.
So, but I'll say that kind of thing. So then you're like, okay, cool, Friday. And I'm like, all right, cool. We can see how it shapes up. But let's set something up for Friday. I have a place in mind already. It's near my house. I'm like, what do you think about like?
Do you tell them the place?
Usually I'll tell them the activity, but not the place. So I'll be like, cool, we'll go grab drinks. Like, I'll give you all the information. I got this sweet place you can fucking like. Or I'll be like, yeah, there's this place I've never tried. Like, you're gonna show me all about this fucking place. Or just some nonsense like vibing, depending on.
Good guy and letting him
Be
stop.
careful because like that's got my spit all over it.
Okay, and then will you text them right after, like, okay, so how do you end it?
Why it's so serious looking.
And then usually like I'll there's like a million other things you could have done with that like I'm surprised you didn't think to do, but then
I've always wanted to turn one of those on inside a girl's pussy.
you never did that?
You did.
Of course.
Yo, dude, been with thousands of women and you've never used a toothbrush on her, like, and he says, I've always wanted to. Yo, like if you've been with girls a lot, there aren't really many like I've always wanted to's anymore, because it's like you basically just like think to yourself like I've always wanted to do this, and then like it gets done, because like that's what the nature of sex is like. So yeah, this is a very telling moment here. She picks up my toothbrush and I said, there's like a million other things I thought you were going to do with that. And then like he says, like a fucking complete buffoon, I've always wanted to turn one of those on inside of a girl, which guys, like, they're not going to like that. Like you don't do it inside, like those bristles. And have you used one of those? Like fucking put that thing on your gums, yo, and like fucking feel that. It's fucking hard. Anyway, check this out.
And then usually like I'll there's like a million other things you could have done with that like I'm surprised you didn't think to do, but then
I've always wanted to turn one of those on inside a girl's pussy.
you never did that?
You did.
Of course. I have like 20 different heads. I'm just kidding. I got like the soft, the hard bristle, the soft bristle. I got like the circle up and down.
All right, so how do you end it? Like you got her number, told her you're gonna meet her Friday.
I got her number, and then we said we're gonna be.
Yo, guys, like having sex toys is huge too. Like having sex toys is really huge. Let's just keep going. We're almost there.
Friday, and then I'll usually say like, cool, I'm usually just like, cool, I'll hit you up later, peace, and I'll leave. But one thing I also do a lot is I also do kisses on the cheek. Like I learned that in South America, and especially really beautiful women, like they seem to really find that to be pretty
You
alpha.
like that shit?
If it was going well, yeah.
Like if we set up a date and then I was like, all right, peace, and I got up and kissed you. As long as I'm not like creeping on your meal or like creeping up on your thing.
Yeah, if we agreed to see each
And
other.
like if she's in a bathing suit.
Yeah, like it's all about like, yo, like see, like John is so out of touch. Like he's just like laughing about it because he's like, he can't even imagine this. He's like, you like that shit? It's like, dude, like, yeah, man. Like, haven't you ever watched like James Bond, bro? Like, wake the fuck up, dude. Like, you know, when you take on this frame and you're just doing it, it's a very masculine and sexual vibe that you're putting across. So like, now what I mentioned is the truth. I'm careful about her food. That's it. I'm not going to lean over her food. I'm not afraid to lean over and give her a kiss, but I will be careful about her food because I don't want to turn her off from her meal, because that's, you come between someone and their food. You know what I mean?
It might not be as appropriate. Like you want to be creeping down her cleavage and shit. Like it depends on a lot of things. But like if you can internalize things like a little kiss or like a little like give me your fucking hand and be like, all right, I'm gonna fucking see you later, right? As we make the date, like I'm holding your hand and you're fucking promising me, right? Similar to like the piggy promise thing,
Right.
but less. You don't want to make it as gamey in this type of situation. So we make the plan on Friday, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna see you then, girl. And I might even say something sexy to her, like, yeah, like wear something sexy, wear something hot, you know, something.
Sweet match.
Yeah, I'll use that one. Is that Jeffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use that one.
Yeah, like so John, this is funny because John finished, I said, wear something hot. And then John said, so we match. And I said, wear something hot so we match. And then he said, yeah, that's RC Jeffy. And I was like, oh, that's Jeffy. It's funny because that's in John's material. So like, if you watch John's, if you own Occam Razor, you know, you'll see it in there. It's in the online dating, like text date setup section, which I was looking at last night to kind of review and show you guys some parts of. So, I mean, like he's stolen like more than just my material, clearly. We'll go over like the origin of John's game at one point because it's, I mean, he's detailed it.
Where's the house with match piece?
Okay, and then when are you texting?
And then it depends on the vibe I get with the girl. If the vibe that I got with the girl is that she's like, a lot of times I'll text her like in an hour or two and be like, yo, it's Ryan from the thing. And she's like, oh, heck, and I'll send a picture. I won't, depending on how the vibe was. If it's a nightclub, I always send a picture. If it's not, I'll just say, hey, it's Ryan from the thing. And then she'll be like, oh, hey, what's up? And then I'll usually say like, yo, I don't want to wait till Friday. Like, let's chill now. And if I think her vibe is that she can chill now, or if I want to chill then, I'll be like, yo, I don't want to wait till Friday. And a lot of times the girl's like, I don't want to wait either. And it's like, okay, body temperature's high, which means she probably wants to fuck, which means we're gonna chill right now.
I don't want to wait until Friday. So like my first text to the girl will be like, hey, it's Ryan from the thing. And then she'll be like, oh, hey. And then I'll just say, I don't want to wait. And she'll be like, what do you mean? And I'll be like, I don't want to wait until Friday. What do you mean you don't want to wait till Friday? Or she'll say, I know. Or she'll be like, question mark? You know, but that's a great start. If you're there, that's a great start.
She's like, oh, well, I'm busy until Friday. Be like, yeah, me too, but I'm like prepared to cancel all my shit. And then if she's just still busy till Friday, then it's like, all right, peace. I'll like, all right, cool. That's like, I have some pretty witty lines that are like fairly canned. That'll be along the lines of like, sort of like, all right, yeah, fuck you. This is stupid anyway. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
That's it.
It's good to have cam lines. You have cam lines.
I have my stripper game. There's a dude in LA that fucked 5 strippers in the past month.
Yeah, like everybody uses canned lines, girls, guys, everybody. So you want to like come up with canned lines that are your own. Like a lot of guys want to just take my lines and that's fine. And especially when we talk about like texting, a lot of guys want to just like take lines from like other guys. And I've talked about this like with you individually in DMs. A lot of guys like, is Alex playing with fire legit? It's like, bro, like I don't know the guy. I have to meet him to know, but and I don't follow his shit. I don't know. But what I can tell you is if his job is to teach you how to text girls, and that's what his service is. I mean, because I don't support online dating, but it seems like that's what he's doing. It seems like he's providing a service to help guys to text girls better. And he's not just giving you a copy paste method. It's really not. And I don't know this because I haven't checked it out well enough. So I should maybe like bite my tongue. But like I'm a believer that, you know, though I disagree with his entire philosophy on game and all this, that his texting and service is worth. It's like if you're gonna turn stones over, like that's one you should turn over. You should go check out his shit. That doesn't mean you should purchase anything from him. I don't know anything about it. But if what it purports to be is what it is, then fuck yeah. That's a good quality service, right? Because you can learn a lot from like just taking canned lines from other people. And then like, but this is the thing is it's only really a true coaching service then if he's coaching you to say, this is the point that we're trying to get across. This is why we word it this way. Now you go write it for yourself, as opposed to like just continue to use my lines until I put out version 3.0, version 4.0, which doesn't make any sense to me.
The Mexican dude.
And give his pants to a girl at the bar.
Off my
I was laughing about it today, by the way.
All right, let me put
I have a question.
What's up?
So let's say you always take it back to your house. What if they don't want to go back to your house?
Let's roll up.
Why don't they want to go back to your house?
Huh?
For what reason do they not want to come back to
The
the house?
first time going out, let's say they don't want to go back to your house.
Well, I'm not trying to make them come back to my house, but I set up like little like different sort of ways to get them there. like to baby step it essentially. So like I'll like have a bag and I'll be like, yo, I gotta go drop my bag off real quick. And I'll like take them to my place. A lot of times they don't want to come in. That's cool. I don't force them to come in. Like by all means, like I don't want to put a girl in an uncomfortable situation at all. But you mean like in day game, like if I just approach her and I was like, yo, let's get out of here, this place is dump.
No, after the number.
Oh, like I got her number and I'm trying to close her to the house. I'm not as explicit. Like he's like, yo, let's set up like a date at my house. I'm like, yo, let's set up a date. She's like, where should we meet? We're gonna meet here. I live in a highly cultural area, so there's like restaurants and all this shit here. She doesn't even know that I necessarily live there. Yo, we're gonna meet here. What are we gonna do? And I'll be like, don't worry. I'll be like, chill, swap stories, just have a good time for a couple hours. Like, just it's gonna.
Yo, like one of the things, like, so for one, like when people meet me, they know I have stories to tell, and that's a huge thing. It's because I don't come out and say like all my stories. I come out and say like this place is a dump, as opposed to like, oh yeah, like I like this. Do you like this kind of food? I like this kind of food too. Do you like Chinese food? Oh, I was living in China. Another thing he's asking, he's like, so how do you get the girl back to your place? Dudes, if you listened, I wasn't telling anyone that the girl was coming back to my place. I was making it clear, like I'm going to introduce a new location for us to meet at. But the caveat is I live in that cultural area of town. So guys, like go get a fucking place. If you're a single dude and you're trying to figure out your love life, go get a place, go get an apartment in like the cultural area of town, like in the area with the restaurants, with the walking street. Like this is where you want to go. Now be smart. Like don't go hit like Bar Row where like, you know, it's like a fucking mess, you know, but then again, like maybe go live in that college campus where it's a mess, like experience that. If you didn't go to college, like, and you're, you know, under the age of 26 or under, maybe 28 at the oldest, I'd say like, go fucking live on a college campus, bro. Go spend a year just like living in the mess. And that way, when you meet somebody, you can say like, hey, let's go out to this bar. And then like literally it's walking distance from the bar to your home. And we've talked about this before too. You've probably heard this, but like, I would literally just be like, yeah, like, what do you like? Like, I don't play any video games get brought up all the time. Girls will ask me, do you play video games? Or I'll bring it up. Do you play video games? And she'll say yes or no. I'd be like, yeah, I hate video games. I don't play anything but Mario Kart 64. She'll be like, Mario Kart 64, I'll whoop you in that. It's like the most common response anyone gives. And then I'm like, oh yeah, like, let's go. Right across the street, finish your drink. What do you mean? I live across the street. I got to set up. Let's go. I'm going to fucking whoop you. You know? And that's an easy one. So get an N64.
And then she'll be like, I don't want to build her. I always say like, chill, swap stories. You know, I don't fucking know. Who cares? Then she'll fucking come meet me. And then once we meet, it's like, hey, I got to go drop my stuff. We'll just start walking and then I'll gauge the situation. If I can tell that she doesn't want to come to my place, then I'll say like, yo, I just got to go drop my stuff all real quick. It's going to take a minute. Or yo, I got to go wash my hands. Like, yo, I got to go fucking shower.
Yo, what I mean by gauge it, look at my fucking teeth. I look like a woodchuck. What I mean by gauge it is like if you say to the girl, like, if you just start walking to your apartment, but she like knows the area well, then she's gonna be like, dude, like, where are we going? So like, you want to like get a feeling for like, okay, is she just like happy to be walking with me? Or is she like about to start questioning where the fuck we're going? You don't want her to be questioning it. So you want to say like, hey, I live right up here. Like, I just got to go drop my bag off. And I think a lot of these guys are like, they're asking questions because they've not been in these scenarios. We need to just go out there and like approach girls. And then they need to just like see, okay, cool. This is the way that it's working, and just kind of not force it. Just like be seeking that connection, listening, looking.
I just got done the gym. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you can just chill outside my place. You don't even have to come in. If I can feel she doesn't want to come in. If we're walking towards my place holding hands and we're all like, ha ha, then I'm not going to mention any of that. We're just going to walk right into my house gleefully. A lot of times you get to the front door, the girls want to come in, and that's cool. Like, I've even said to girls like, yo, don't worry, like, you can stay out here. And then like I go inside and I'm like, and like 2 minutes go by and I'm like, actually, that's fucking weird as fuck. Like, come inside and just chill here. Like, I'm not gonna bother you. But then I'm on my fucking mission to not bother her, to like make her feel comfortable. Bring her in, she sits down, she doesn't want to take her shoes off, she's sitting at the kitchen table with her shoes on. I'm like, do you want tea or something? Like, nah, fuck that, we don't have time, I gotta get out of here. Like, I have a game for that. So like, I know she's thinking he's gonna ask me for tea so I can stay longer. So instead I'm like, yo, you want tea? Nah, we don't have time for that. Like, I'm in her head. Like, I'm like, do you want tea? No, we don't have time.
Yeah, see, like, guys, like, look ahead. Realize, like, the girl's going to be like, okay, he got me this far up to his place. When he asks me for water or tells me, like, to sit down, I'm not going to. So then instead of, like, telling her to sit down or asking her for water, I'm like, hey, listen, do you want a water real quick? Like, no, we don't have time for that. But do you want a water? Because I'll get you a water. And then here's another one is, like, never just arrive with a drink for the girl. That's going to scare the shit out of her. Like, bring her into the kitchen and be like, yeah, grab, like, pour the water for her, drink drink it, you know, like guys, like haven't you guys seen the fucking movies and shit? Treat her like she's a princess entering your fucking space and you're the king. And it's like you could just very well poison her and just like totally take her away from this world, or you could in this fantasy world, you know, and like take the spoils, and or you can like, you know, like prove to her like this isn't poison, you know, like fuck guys, like come on. It's all imaginary, obviously, that she'd be worried about that, but like it's at the same time like good for her that she's concerned at that point.
You know, and then we leave the house, and then later in the date, you know, we're just walking back to the house, and now she's just walking right in because she's been there already, you know.
Yo, guys, John posted this shit, and it actually ended a relationship that I was in. I was dating a celebrity in South America, a beautiful woman on TV for her brains and her beauty, and she saw this, and we were like, I was traveling at the time, and then like she was just like, it's over, like I can't believe that you like did that. And I was just like, what did I do? And then she was just like, and then I realized like, oh, it was the this is my mechanic calling for me to pick up my car. She's like, what did I do? And I was just like, oh, it was the fucking, it was, I didn't have my shirt on. It was the toothbrush thing. I got to answer this. I'm going to play this. Yo, hello? Hey, Chad, what's up, man?
And some girls like this, some girls like have said to me, like, I didn't feel comfortable with that when you brought me to your house the first time. And I'm like, but we fucked like 4 hours later. And she's like, oh yeah. You know, and some girls like just, it didn't work out. She's like, you were moving too fast, you were too forward. And then you're not for me. And I'm not for you. And that's cool too. We're friends. That's why I don't trick her into going into someplace.
I heard you say a few times that, you know, you have to feel around, see where her body temperature is.
Sure.
If the body temperature is low, do you just back up and continue vibing, or do you do something, or do you tease her, like how do you raise the body temperature?
Well, when you start to find girls that are into you and girls that you're into, you start to find like what their like pulse points are. You know what I mean? So like as I like made my way through like girls that like through the game as it were, and figured out like girls that I liked that liked me, I found certain things. So like with a girl like her, I know that I can tease her and be sexual. I can be like, fuck that, that's stupid. She's just like, what the fuck? Nobody ever talks to me like that. But if it's like a shy, like 18 or 19 or 20-year-old girl who's like at university in her small fucking hometown, it's her first time fucking seeing the world or whatever the fuck it is, because that's how girls see me. Like when girls date me, it's like they're in their mind, they're like, I'm seeing the world through a man because like I'm living this crazy life. And they're just like, not, you know what I mean? But then a girl who's like more experienced, who's living a crazy life, I can be more
psycho. Sorry, Rebecca.
I can tease more in a more like harsh way, or I can be like, fuck this, or I can just like cold, like leave, like fuck this, I'm out of here. You know, so like typically when I'm working with a girl, I'm telling her, like when I'm talking with a girl about something, I'm vibing with who she actually is. Not like, I'm not changing who I am, but I'm going to kind of tailor my conversation, my language for her. So I'm still going to say the same fucked up shit, but like if I have to take 2 steps back, take 1 step forward, I will. Like you were saying, do you back up? Yeah, dude. Definitely occasionally I'm backing up. But in so many other instances, I'm plowing forward. So like the way you understand this is through your breadth of experience with women and yourself. It's not, if I told you what to say and you just went up to every chick and were like, damn girl, you're a fucking ass, you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get killed or some shit. You know what I mean? Like that's not the approach. But that's my approach like every time. How does that happen? Because over time I've learned which girls I like to approach, how to handle objections, how to handle the initial interaction, how to sexualize and be proud of my sexuality. Because I'm a fucking horny motherfucker. Like I'm not saying that as a game. This isn't a fucking game to me. I'm trying to fuck, you know? And I'm trying to fuck with someone who I have chemistry with, who I have a connection with. So when I'm meeting you, I'm trying to meet you. I'm not trying to get your number. I'm not trying to fucking go around the carousel or some shit. I'm trying to fuck, you know? So.
Yeah, look at you. Maybe.
Yo, really quick, it's like I want you guys to understand, like this isn't a game to me. You know what I mean? And like it's my sexuality, right? So like whenever like someone's gonna put like if somebody wants like for instance my ex-girlfriend who saw this who like wanted to rip on me about it, and because you know she was not happy seeing this, I guess because someone else brought it to her and was like, look at this, isn't this fucking terrible? And that was when it was posted on John's channel. So yeah, I hated that. I didn't okay that. But you know, the reality is, yeah, I mean, I forget exactly what I was saying. Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. Let's hear this guy's question, and maybe I'll remember. You guys will probably remind me in the comments or something.
When you open a day game, do you screen? Or like if she's sitting down with somebody, do you still open anyways?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
What if the dude looks like her father?
He said, "What if the dude looks like her father?" Dude, I get this problem all the time. It's like, yo, like, I still will approach, but like that shouldn't be a fucking question you're asking because like there's so many girls out there. Like, why are you approaching someone who's like with a guy in the daytime? Like, I'll still approach. It still happens, but like, guys, like if these are your questions, like it just shows your lack of experience. Like, you know, I wish I'd remember what I was gonna say before. I'm trying to think of it. It was about, oh yeah, shaming my sexuality. So like, guys, like for instance, like when my ex-girlfriend saw this shit and like put it on me, she shamed me for it. I was just like, no, dude, like I'm not ashamed of this shit. Like this is my sexuality. Like this is who I am. Like everything I said in there, I stand behind. And like the things I did, it was just sex. It wasn't, nothing bad happened. Everything was completely consensual and enjoyed, very much so, by all parties involved. But then it's like, you know, yeah. Let's keep going.
Like in a day game, like in the mall, so because that happens, because that mall thing about a lot of people come from South America, shop there before they go. But I don't want that to be an excuse because my approaching anxiety is kind of like this.
Well, dude,
He said something really interesting. He's like, yeah, the mall that I live at, that's down in Florida, wherever. He's like, a lot of people before they go back down to South America, they shop there. Well, it's like, dude, like that's not a good scenario to be meeting somebody. You're telling me you're going to meet somebody like the day or the day before, or like within a few days of their leaving the country. Like, dude, that's not, I mean, like, that's a good scenario for me. Cause like, I can just like fucking like be my aggressive self. But like, dude, for you, like as a noob, like, bro, like, no, bro, you want to meet somebody who's maybe when they've just arrived, you know what I mean? And they're going to be here for like a couple weeks, or like realistically, you want to meet somebody who's not going anywhere, someone who's like living in your community. That's a little bit hard sometimes, especially when you're younger, because people don't want to be tied down by one person, the startup cost or something. But anyway, let's keep going.
The other day, I say this all the time. Like just the other day, I approached a chick who looked like she was like 24 years old, like big busty chick, and I shouldn't even be talking about it that way because she's told me she was 16. Okay. She could have been fucking 14 for all I know. I don't know. Maybe she's lying about. Maybe she's 18. She's lying about her age to like get her out of the conversation. I have no idea. But nevertheless, that's a good example of like obviously you need to pump the brakes. Just like you meet somebody who's with their father, you obviously need to pump the brakes. But doing it the right way is important. When I meet a 16-year-old, I can just be like, oh, you're 16 and leave. And that makes all of us guys look terrible. That makes us all look like we only interact with girls for sex. And that makes it also hard for her to learn how to interact with guys. Now, if I sit in with her and I talk to her and I ask her, oh, do guys come up and talk to you? Yeah. And a girl who's 16 is so unaware of how to shit test a guy that she's just like, cool, yeah, you want my number? Let's chill. Like, it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
I mean, they're clearly like in their like mid-20s, but they're just on vacation with their family. So you would come in and just open to them, even if you're sitting with their meeting?
Yeah, dude, but like
really quick about the younger girls, like you're not their therapist, you're not there to coach them through any of these life scenarios. It's not really what I was trying to get at. It's kind of, I think without further context, it's hard to continue that. It's hard to like not continue this thread, right? Or to like make sense of what I just said. Essentially, what I'm saying is when you meet a girl and you find out that she's younger, you don't want to just like bail immediately, because that would imply then that you're there for a sexual reason, which is then saying that you were objectifying a 16-year-old upon approach, or for the reason that you approached. So no, dude, that's fucking weird. When I find out that she's like 16 years old, for instance, I'll say like, oh, damn, like, does this happen all the time? Like guys approaching you? And usually she'll be like very friendly because she hasn't learned yet, right? She hasn't gone through it. She's not a woman. And, you know, I'll tell them like, yeah, listen, you got to be careful, girl. Like you're a grown ass woman. Like you got to be careful. Like you're just a girl out here and like, you're going to be a woman. Like you got to be fucking careful. Like, yeah, I will not get their number. I will not exchange social media. I will just avoid at all costs at that point. It's very much like a hard step back. And like, I draw a hard line between like age situations, even in other cultures where like it's like, I don't even know the legalities change drastically between certain countries. So, but I still like, for me, like there's a very hard line. Also with like relation to like women, if they're married or engaged or like have a significant other, like unless it seems like this like token bullshit, which like don't really test for because I don't want a toxic woman. So like put fucking thick ass lines around yourself. You know, you should have like a 3-foot circle that you're existing in that like when they step into, it's easy to get them out of. It's easy to just step out of.
Life is a lot different. Like you're talking about like going to a mall in like a cafeteria space and just like mongering. Dude,
No,
like
wait, I just wanted to eat lunch, like during my.
yeah, no, you don't need to tell me. I'm not like your priest or some shit. No, I'm just here for lunch, bro. But like the reality is that's a family space. That's why we go to the club. We go to the club because it's not a family space, so we can do the shit that families don't do. But in that space, you can still talk to that girl. The only difference is, it's a high risk situation. I wouldn't do it. It's a high risk situation. You can get shot. You can get shot in the fucking face.
Yeah.
If that's my daughter with me, and you're gonna come up to her, bro, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth.
All right. So
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like yo, guys, like think about it like that. Like that's where my mind goes is, you know, like think about that and just be real.
So instead, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't approach those sets. It's just what is the environment? I mean, are they eating at the cafeteria? Of course, don't approach. But are you walking past them? Then approach. And if she's like, and you say, "Who are you here with?" "I'm here with my dad." "Oh, okay, cool. That's weird. You can tell him I'm gay." Solves the whole problem. "Are you gay?" "No, I'm not gay." The girl never asked him. She's like, "Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, dad, this is my gay friend. Oh, hey, what's up?" And he's just like, "All right, whatever." He just fucking like turns his ears off because you're gay.
Yo, and obviously this applies to meeting a grown-ass woman who's with her father, which still happens. And that is exactly what I do. I'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm your gay best friend." Tell him I'm your gay best friend. Now I don't do this. Now I won't lie. And now I won't want to approach a girl if she's with a guy. In the club I will, but like in the mall, I mean, I might, because a lot of times I do go shopping with gay guys, but yeah, I'd be very careful. This is dangerous advice.
You know, which is like
Clients will take you to a dangerous territory, which is an aspect of their lack of experience. So they'll start asking questions like, what happens if she's with her dad? What happens if she's 15 years old? And it's like, dude, that doesn't happen because you know better. You just see it. You know better.
the reason why you want to know the game for the future when you have kids. Because then you have a daughter and like some dude comes up and he's like, "No, don't worry, I'm gay. I'm fucking fit and beat the shit out of you, bro. Get the fuck out of here." I play that game. So like you want to know a game for more reasons than one. It's not just to pick up the girl. It's also to be a good father and help your son and daughter out too. Protect your fucking wife.
Yo, you want to learn game, not just to be good at picking up girls, but so you can be a good father and you can take care of your daughter and you can protect your wife. Like I said that shit then. I say it today. I've been saying it since I started. Like this shit doesn't change. Like if you really want to attract someone, become someone like that you want to attract. Like loyalty is number one for me. That's why I'm doing this for you guys, because I'm loyal to this audience, to this thing that I did. I'm fully fucking committed, like 110%.
But yeah, so if I'm in a mall and I'm approaching a group of people, and this happens to me all the time, because I live in international cities where like people are on vacation, and I'm like approaching a girl and like her whole family's there. It's happened in Venice Beach, and it's like where the girl's like, "My brother's here," and I'm 16. It's like, cool, let me sit in this set, as it were, but it's not. It's just a human interaction. We talk to this girl like, "Oh, cool. What are you on vacation? That's cool. Like, what do you want to do with your what do you want to do when you're grown up?" You know what I mean? Like, and having a really platonic conversation with her. Where I'm not sexualizing.
Dude, that's literally where I'll go. I'll be like, what do you want to do when you grow up? That's sick. It's cool you're traveling. That's it.
For sure. But I mean, I'm not in any way like planning number close or any of those things. It's just like, okay, cool. Let's be friends. Bye. Same thing with this girl. Like you go into a set, you find out the logistics are just impossible. And then you just say like, okay, cool. Let's be friends. Because you need to practice having interactions.
Dude, look, I have the same line that Liz has.
Said like you need to practice getting over approach anxiety, so like you need to be just doing that all the time, having interactions all the time. Pretty soon you realize, and like I do other tests too, like when I run programs with guys, like I have them like for the third week, it's the first week it's like talk to old people. The second week it's like talk to anybody, including old people and like workers around you. The third week it's stop and introduce yourself to people who are your peers in your peer group. That's the hardest. The fourth week is talk to girls. Dude, the third week is a lot fucking harder to talk to imagine like if I just came up to each one of you guys today and was like, hey man, what's up?
Yo, that's so key. Like, talk about like baby stepping. Like, you know, there's one example that was mentioned in the group chat, which was like, yeah, like, or in the comments, it was like, yeah, like, just baby step, like by like saying like this, like a little compliment. And then like you say, first you say hi, and then you give her a compliment. And then like next time you see her, but there's also this baby stepping of just sort of, yeah, well, let me let this play. I'm running out of time, guys.
You'd be like, what the fuck? Go the fuck away, bro. Are you selling me something? Are you gay? Like, what's your deal? And if I was like, nah, man, cool. I just want to say what's up. Where are you from, bro? You're Indian? Cool, bro. Cool. You know, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? This isn't normal. So, but when you begin to make, but that's my lifestyle, dude. I talk to everybody. This guy's lived with me for fucking 10 days. Like, I talk to everybody. I'm walking down the fucking street and I say hi. I stop the guy. Oh shit, I saw you over there. What's up, man? Making friends with tons of dudes too. And when you start to do that, you begin to like understand better, like, what is it? Oh, it is her father and the girl.
Yo, also you begin to understand better where your peers are at and their ability to like make eye contact, to conversate, to like be comfortable in social interactions. So you start to just like really climb the ladder much quicker than your peers, because you notice like, fuck, like everybody out here is on the spectrum. Like we're all fucked up. So it's like I'm much more like myself now that I've gotten to just say hi, and not even gotten to know, but gotten to like interact briefly with these other guys. So like going to make peers, and like, yo, if you follow my Instagram, you'll see like the peer group that I have now. These are like the realest motherfuckers who are like changing my life on like every day I see these people, these men who are like my buddies, who are fucking making me who I'm going to be in the future. You know what I mean? So yeah, right on. I mean, anyway, we'll get there.
Now, what should I do? Well, if I'm really going to approach this set, my best bet is either to do the gay line or to go up to the father and open him. You could go up to the dad and be like, yo, what's up, bro? Where are you from? Cool, you're Mexican? Yeah. What's this, your wife? Oh, it's your daughter? Shit, man, I ain't trying to hate, but like, fuck, bro. What do you got, some fucking like atomic semen up in that ball sack? You know what I mean? I'm like vibing with him essentially. So that way he's just like, yeah, bro, I do actually. Cool, man, cool. Yeah, what are you guys up to? Oh, cool, we're on vacation for a week. Getting her logistics like through her dad. It's like, oh, cool, you're gonna be around for a week? Sweet, where you guys staying at? Yeah, cool. And I'm like looking around like as if I don't give a shit, because she's sitting there like twirling her hair like, wow, this is amazing. She knows what I'm doing. She's like, it's instinctual to her. She's like, okay, he's closing through my dad. Like, what the fuck?
This is typical of like a college age girl who's like a freshman or sophomore in college. And she's like, you know, shopping, doing like that like August Walmart run where she's like getting all of her shit for like her new apartment or whatever. And you'll see her like with her dad or whatever. And if you just go talk to the dad, just like chop it up, it's like it could very easily, he'll like get tired. He doesn't want to talk. So then he'll just be like, talk to her, you know. He'll see you as like very, because once you like start to talk to him, he'll like put himself above you. So then he'll see you as like less than him, and then like, but she'll still see you as like way greater than her. It's a kind of fucked up thing. This is talking seduction stuff, you know. When it boils down to it, this is stuff that is neither here nor there. We don't need to work on these things. We should really stay away from this corner of the niche. Really, this is information that like can be taken in many different ways incorrectly.
You know, and I'm just like, and then at one point I'll just make a hard turn, just like I would with the cock block. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like the second I feel that moment's there, I'll look to her and be like, hey, listen, it's really good to meet you. Like, do you have Instagram? Because that's out of his fucking mind space. So
yeah, dude, exactly. With that girl who's like a freshman or sophomore in college, I'll just be like, yeah, cool. So do you have Instagram? After I just talked to the dad for mad long, I'll just be like, yeah, cool. So do you have Instagram? And then like he's like, huh? And then she's like, yeah, I do. And then we exchange Instagram. It's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll just follow you on there. Anyway, see you later. And then like they'll turn around and probably the dad will be like, so you're just like follow each other on there or what? What is this Instagram? Oh no, it's nothing, dad. Okay, cool. You know, and clearly times are changing. People are like much more on these things. We're getting older, but even then, I don't think that'll change too much.
Yo, dude, I can't be like, hey, can I get your number? Because he's gonna fucking be like, get the fuck out of here. But I'm like, yo, you got Instagram, right? Check out my Instagram. I'll give her my phone with Instagram, continue talking to the friend of the parent, and then get my phone back from her, and then I'll leave. And then I'm texting her and saying like, yo, bro, what's up? Yo, your dad's not corny, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and like I'm just saying that, and she's like, oh yeah, and then it's like, yeah, like when can you like run? When can you escape from your family? Like, we're trying to fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, so game is best played direct,
But there's instances like what you're talking about where like, especially as you get older, especially in the day game, where like indirect is the better route. And like, listen, like that's not ideal. This isn't optimized. Like, it's not very efficient to go approaching dads and fucking trying to Instagram close your daughter. That's like the least efficient game I've ever heard of, you know? So like, I would say that what you should do is you should begin to craft your lifestyle around interacting with people so that when you see that instance, your option isn't either talk to the girl or not. You have many different options. I'm the gay guy, I work here, I don't work here. Hey, what's up, dad? What are you guys on vacation? Me too. Like, you have all these different options of things to say. And by the way, these aren't like suggestions to lie. It's not like I'm saying like I'm a gay dude to like convince her that I'm gay. It's really just that sort of like token response. It's a placeholder. It's going to allow us a certain safe space to just like continue the conversation and not have the outside world, you know, reflecting on us. So, yeah. And then when you really dial it in, like you realize like, okay, these are vacationers. This is the things they do and talk about, you know, like this is the kind of shit like the academic machine like hated on me for when I was like a professor, working with other professors, talking to my peers about like behavioral psychology at a very high level in like research classrooms and graduate school at Ivy League programs and whatnot even. And it's just like, dudes, like you guys can't have this conversation. Like it's not really happening. Like this is how it's really happening. So it's frightening the way the world's turned. Because now, you know, like you see this and it's like, it's so factual, but yet it's hard to like stomach. It makes you feel queasy. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. People who live here, these are the people who work here. That's how I go into a club and I'm just like, okay, I look around the club for like a second. I'm like, those are the girls who work here. These are the girls who are working. These are the girls who have boyfriends. These are the girls who are paid to be here by their boyfriends. Okay, now here's all the other girls who are here. These are the girls here on a party. Here are the girls here on our friends. Here are the girls who come here all the time. These are the girls who want to dance. These are girls who are fucked up. These are girls who are ready to fuck or who don't want to fuck at all. Like I'm classifying that, categorizing that as quickly as possible. And then I'm gearing my approaches towards that. And of course, like I'm not a superhero, so I'm not. But I'm still approaching everyone. Like the point is like I'm seeing that and I'm like, oh, cool. I can rely on this group of girls because they're partying together. I'm not going to try and isolate the girl like John would. Instead, I'm going to like see them and be like, okay, cool. When I'm like needing to like bring my vibe up and like feel like more fun. And I'm not about like changing the state or anything like this. But like say I'm talking to a girl and like I'm like feeling like it, like let's go somewhere, like let's isolate her or like let's move her. It's like let's go explore is essentially like where my head is at. It's like yo, let's go over there. Those girls are having mad fun. You know, something she probably would not do herself. And then we go over and it takes a lot of balls to do that. And then just like, yo, meet my friend. Yeah, this is Jessica. What's up, guys? What are your names? Woo! What are you guys celebrating? Oh my God, you're married. Yeah, fuck yeah, you know. Okay, got it. I have to like interact with people and be like, hey, do you work here? Oh, cool. Yo, and I'm gearing my approaches towards that. And of course, like I'm not a superhero, so I'm not just like, okay, got it. I have to like interact with people and be like, hey, do you work here? Oh, cool. Yo, do those girls work here? Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, I can tell because they're like sexy as fuck. All right, peace. And then I go over here, you know? And John would be like, yo, like you can just literally be like, yo, do you work here? And she'll be like, yes. And then you can say like, do those girls work here? And she'll be like, those, which girls? I'll be like, those girls, they're sexy as fuck. And she'll be like, yes. Like you can ask. And she's like, no. If she says she works there, she'll tell you everything you need to know. If you're asking about it, oh, what about them? You can't just be like them. But like, you know, we'll be like, yeah, I host events. I want to get your number real quick. Maybe I'll invite you to an event. You close that girl. You get a number closed and you put her in a funnel. I don't really do, I do that sometimes, but I don't really do that. Usually I'll jump to the next girl. Now, if the venue I go to a lot, then I'll start to close on the girls who work there. You know? So if you go to this fucking cafeteria a lot, you want to be, because you don't want to piss off people who work there either, bro. So you want to always be like, yo, I only got a minute. I got to go to the thing. But I stopped through here for lunch from time to time. What about you? If she's like, yeah, me too. You don't want to be like, we should get lunch together sometime. You want to kind of revert backwards, 2 steps backwards before you go forward. Be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, this place is mostly dumb, but like, there's a couple good things. You know what I mean? She's like, okay, God, thank God he's not going to invite me to dinner tomorrow or some shit. You know? And it sounds like you're all wrapped up in theory, bro. And you need to get let go of it in a big way. Like, I don't really know much about theory. I just lived this lifestyle long enough that now that I'm introduced to theory, I can like superimpose it to my lifestyle. Like the language for game that I have is much more just like meet people, see if you connect, put your dick inside of her. at one point you have to take your dick out. So that's my sort of thing. It's like meet people, see who you get along with, take your dick out. Either it's inside of her or it's not. That's like mine. Meet people, see who you get along with, take your dick out. Either it's inside of her or it's not. Yeah, I mean, this is clearly like, I mean, the Me Too movement, like, would just like, I don't even know, they wouldn't like that very much. But I mean, that's just what it is. Like, one of my main mantras is like, you have to know when to take your dick out. You really do. You have to be able to get there. The face of a fucking PUA, a dating roach. Dude, what is all these fucking bots and shit? Can someone tell me why there's so many bots? People say that's John. Like, what does that mean? Cool. So let's finish this up as best as we can. Yeah, is he lurking? We don't know. This tops Coach Banana Cell Vegas Rejection Fest video. I have so many more videos of John. It's ridiculous. And this is one that a lot of guys have been asking specifically for, because this was posted online and by John. And a lot of people were like, dude, like, you were in the program with no shirt on, like in a towel with a toothbrush. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I'm gonna just start posting this shit. And that is what it is. Like, was John there? Is John here? Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what people will say. Send your questions, guys. I'm going to do this for another like 2 or 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes or so. I can't do much more than that. And then we're going to, and then we're going to pick this back up tomorrow. John's Vegas infield he put out was fucking terrible. Yeah, exactly. His day game infield and his night game shit's trash. Where all the chicks, you can probably vouch for him. Doug, nice Sweet Waffles reference. How can we believe you have game if you have no infield of yourself? Is that real? Is that a real question, dude? Is that real? So, well, I mean, so what? So, like, do you think John has game because he has infields? I just don't get it, dude. I don't understand you guys. Like, if you're saying this, then like you just have no clue, bro. Like, you just don't get it. Like, did you not watch? Dude, just watch the way that people interact around each other. Like, that should be enough. That's what game is. All these fucking prank infield gamey channels are just bullshit. It's just fucking fake, dude. And check out my Howie Mets, dude. On my channel, you're asking how can you believe me? Well, there's basically 3 ways you can believe me. One, you can just watch me and just make assumptions, which that's the weakest way, right? So that's what we don't want to do. You don't want to do that. I think you could make that assumption because I think integrity is a big deal for me and I think it's clear. But if it's not, and it doesn't have to be, it shouldn't be, this is the internet, then yeah, dude, fucking fuck that. The other would be to come meet me, to come on a program or to talk to people who have been on programs with me, to go seek out a testimonial or something like this, to get in touch with somebody who has a firsthand experience with me, or to have that yourself, to see it. And then the third way is to check out, to hear from the girls who I'm dating. And so like you can see when I'm with a girl and I put her on my Instagram or I post a live stream with her, or like in my How We Met series and I talk about, I'm asking the girl, how do we meet? You can see her describing how we met. And they're always the fucking same. Like it's always, I stopped her in the street. I said, I got to go to the thing. Damn girl, you look nice. You want to go over here? Let's go. It's like always the same. So it's just like, it's just so obvious to me. But you do check out my shit, bro, and just follow and watch for more. Because yeah, will I ever put infields? Maybe, maybe not. I do have a couple. I filmed one that's really instant pull type situation. But I mean, dude, I was in Vegas, bro. It was easy. So I don't know, man. I think that question is very, very problematic. And I don't mean to be too critical of you, but I mean, it is telling. Thank you, Dwayne. That's sick, brother. You're a fucking man. What do you think his real lay count is? Dude, how could I know, man? Probably like 400. I mean, he's trying to fuck as much as possible. Maybe like 300. I don't know. What's up, brother? I'm wearing a shirt today for you, dude. But we did just watch like 3 hours of video where I wasn't wearing a shirt. Reminded me. Yeah, thanks, dude. How did I educate myself in meditation? Dude, great fucking question, bro. Thank you, dude. So I took an interest in meditation much younger, in my late high school age, because I was just kind of getting hippy dippy, and like wanted to smoke weed and like eat mushrooms and shit. And I grew up in a very Catholic Christian family. And so I started to like really take prayer and things seriously when I was in high school. And as I kind of grew out of that, I just geared myself towards Eastern religions, which all hinged on meditation. The short answer of how did I educate myself on it is my daily practice. And that's, I use the guided meditation app, Waking Up by Sam Harris. I use his guided meditations every morning, but I also have a meditation practice without guide, which I do in the evening or in the afternoon. I have done Vipassana retreats. I've done 3 of them, 2 of 11 days each, 1 of 28 days. I've done them in 3 different countries, 1 in America and 1 in Peru and 1 in China, in Tibet, actually. So that's informed my meditation practice a great deal. Getting out there and meditating it's everything. It's real. When girls ask me like, how do I not get off fast, or how do I control my orgasm? I'm like, meditation. And I can tell you there's a lot of like little tricks of like practicing your Kegel exercises, things that I will talk about on my channel. But dudes, it's breathing, it's meditation, it's really focus. That's what it is. And yeah, I think the morning process is really everything to day game, to cold approach. Well, because when you stacked up all those wins of like, I woke up, I meditated, I journaled, saw inspiration, took it with me to fitness, left fitness, hit my purposeful nutrition, sat down with my career for 3 hours, and now it's 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. because I got up and did all that shit before 8. Now it's noontime, and I'm going to go out and get lunch. I've only sat down and worked for 3 hours. I spent 4 hours on my personal development. And when you do that every day, like, you motherfuckers will get up for work. Why won't you get up for yourself? You'll get up to like have some great fucking camping trip. Why won't you wake up for yourself? Get up to go fishing at the fucking crack ass of dawn. Get up to take a walk on the beach. Why don't you get up for yourself every day? So when you start to get up for yourself every single day and you're doing this like day in, day out, you'll realize that when you go and approach that girl and she's in your 3-foot circle, your 3-foot circle is so much like warmer and like more like virulent. You know what I mean? It's like a virus. And it's going to infect. Let me check out, let's see how many subscribers we got. What? Did I lose a subscriber in that time? You fucks. Yeah, let's check this out. Well, I lost a fucking subscriber. Fuck you guys. Let's see if John gained any subscribers. Cool. Just to remind you guys, like, the subscriber thing and my like connection to YouTube, I don't really give a shit about this. Like, I care way much more so about, getting the information out there, just making sure that it's there in full and unedited, and then just kind of clarifying my space in this niche. Cause it's been a long time that I've been coaching, since 2015, and I've coached with the best. They've had me coaching on their programs, running programs for them. And I can tell you, like, when I got close to John is when I left and ran away from the industry. And it's all fake. So, in my opinion and in my experience. So, yeah, guys, thank you for following. This is another fucking 4-hour stream where I'm losing my voice. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Like, tomorrow we're going to do a stream. I am maybe at my girlfriend's house, maybe here. I'm not sure, but we'll do a stream tomorrow, and we may look at the other pre-brief from these folders. Let me show you guys. We'll take it back into the folders here. So this is where we're at. We have Los Angeles, Miami, and Vegas in the Home One USA tour footage, which I have a bunch of tour footages here and whatnot. This is 650 something gigs. So we're going to take our time here. But if you were hanging out in these, then you know that we've gone through, in Vegas, we went through John Pays Girls to Talk. And these are things that I will clip and make videos of eventually that are more succinct, but we went over that. We also went over briefly the pre-brief parts that I was in, but maybe it'll be worth it for us to go over this as well. I think we'll have a look. This seems to be just as long. And then, yeah, and this is what we went over today, how to approach a girl. So, yeah, we will go over more, and as there's a lot more to go over, check this out. My live subscriber count, 431. I lost a subscriber. Fuck. I can't believe it. And his still is the exact same. It didn't go up. And it's not going to until he purchases his subscribers. It was 171 last time. Then he bought this. Now it's 173. Oh, he's live right now? Oh, no, this is just to see the live count. Yeah, let's go check out his page real quick. Whoa. Jesus. Yeah, like guys have been telling me to watch some of these videos, and we're gonna do that, but we'll get there when we get there, okay? In the meantime, yeah, like this is terrible. I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but like, dudes, like that's not like, yo, I got a method where you take your left hand, you put it underneath, and you just snap your fingers, okay? So when you're taking a bra off a girl, you're kissing her, use your left hand. You have to use your left hand because the way that it's put on. You use your left hand, you put it behind their back, you take the bra and you actually pinch the fabric together, and then you just flick your fingers, and it'll just, trust me guys, like it's insane. It'll just come right off. Now, like if the bra is really, really tight on her, you're still going to want to really pull that fabric and then do that. So you got to remember to use your left hand. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go over these some of the things that he's posted here, and we're gonna keep continually check back on this right here, his social blade, and just see where his subscriber count is. And yeah, you guys will see it. It's all fucking bullshit, just like everything else about this fucking guy. So cool. Let's bring it back. 4 hours. Last things I'll say is wait, I'm getting a call. I have to get this, guys. This is my girlfriend. Are we connecting? Oh, it says join. Baby. What's up, baby girl?
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. ¿Y usted? ¿Todo bien?
¿Ah?
¿Todo bien, amor?
Sí, todo bien.
Do you want to say hi? What are you wearing? Put that away. Do you want to say hi? Hey, baby, say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you're so cute. The first thing you do is you cover your boobs. She's a good girl. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later, okay? Baby, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out, guys.